Yo, 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 what is up, gamers? This is your host, SuperSight, and it's not live. There we go, now we're live on YouTube. Welcome, everybody, to the stream. It's been a long time. It's been too long. Welcome, Lynn. Good to see you. And, yeah, it's crazy. It's been ages. I've been meaning to stream. I haven't streamed like a month and that, but this is only going to be a short one. 1 to 2 hours. 2 hours max. And, anyway, I've been procrastinating streaming, but also I've been looking forward to it. So it's sort of like, can you procrastinate something you're looking forward to? I don't know. Anyway, one of my sheets down the back has fallen off, unfortunately. But it looks, it doesn't look great, does it? Anyway, we're live on all these platforms. It's been a while. I haven't even released any content. Oh, yeah, no. And congratulations to Elon Musk. Oh, yes, for 100 million, but also Mr. Beast for 100 million YouTube subscribers. That's insane. I didn't realize how much had grown. Like, that's huge amount. Like, he's booming. Like, he'll be overtaking PewDiePie soon. Because PewDiePie sort of stagnated. Like, PewDiePie had like 100 million in, was it 2019? Now he's only at 111 million, which is still really impressive in that. Like, that's still 10% growth in that. Although, or actually kind of would be almost standard growth, but no, it'd be less than standard growth. And it's sort of like he's plateaued or peaked. Like, there's only so many people we can get following him, and then not that many extra people would want to follow him from there. With Mr. Beast, because Mr. Beast was at it for years and didn't get anywhere in that. And then finally, he just managed to just go and just plow through it. Like, I was watching him back in 2018, potentially earlier, but definitely as of 2018. And yeah, that's crazy. I've watched some of his old commentary videos he did in like 2013 of YouTube and that. Really interesting, really cool. And it's crazy that he actually ended up making it, because and that's just an ultra rare thing. So it's not like you can be like, oh, Mr. Beast did it, I can do it. It's like, no, realistically, most people won't do it. That's an exceptionally rare case. But it was pretty amazing how for years he did it to like no avail, to no success. And then he did this video called Counting to 10,000 or Counting to 100,000. And well, he did both of those videos. I think it was the 10,000 one that really got some views. I mean, it's because you can look back and see how many views they have, and just to think, well, approximately he got this many views. But you know, I was checking back in like 2018 or 2019, and it's interesting to see how many he's got. But I can't make this too long, because I got to play some Everdale. I've got a whole heap of stuff that my village isn't doing very well, because I've been waiting to do the stream so I can level up, but in the meantime my village is suffering. But yeah, so yeah, you can sort of look back and think, oh, this was one of his earliest videos that got heaps of views, so I presume that helped him get to stardom or whatnot. He's done a whole heap of crazy things, like counting to 100,000, but Mr. Beast, saying Logan Paul 100,000 times, saying PewDiePie 100,000 times. Like, that's insane. Like, that's impressive in that. And yeah, it's like that's Mr. Beast. Like, it's not really replicatable in that. I did a video called Counting to 10,000, but I never actually ended up releasing it. I recorded it in 2018. 2018? Was that 2018? Surely not. I think it was. December 2018. Because then it wasn't. It was a few months later I did the Mr. Beast inspired series and that. I mean, he was big then, but he's like massive. Like, he's second now for like individual creator, even though he sort of has a team. And I'm sure he'll overtake PewDiePie in 2022. No, I don't know. I don't know if in this month. I mean, it's possible. I reckon in 2023. Definitely by 2023, like sometime in 2023, possibly 2022. I think it'll be hard pressed, because he needs another 11 million in 6 months. He could do it. No, that'd be massive growth, but he could do it. Yeah, I'm sure there's calculations of when he's going to do it. But yeah, I mean, he's been involved with PewDiePie and promoting PewDiePie in the PewDiePie vs. T series, and he's just been chipping at it, and now he's one of the biggest ones. I couldn't believe he was, like, you know, last time I checked, he might have been like 50 million or something like that. And it was like, well, that's impressive. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, he's 100 million. Like, he's hit it just yesterday, I think. So that's pretty crazy. And then 2019, I did a whole Mr. Beast inspired series of videos, because I'm inspired by him. So yeah. It was good. Hey, Lighthouse, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. It's awesome that people still come by, like, when I, like, only stream once every, like, month or so. Well, not once a month, but I'll sort of go have a month break of no streaming in that. Only 111. Yeah. Mr. Beast has done a lot of things, and indeed he has. He really had the niche, like, all sorts of video. And you sort of see, like, looking back at his channel back in the day, just all this old content is like, what? Like, so much of it wasn't popular. I find his old commentary videos very interesting in that. But yeah. So anyway, that's the whole Mr. Beast thing and that. And then I've been busy with life. So here we go. This is me here on that one. And then this one here.
You just got a letter.
Oh, that is from. Yeah, that should be going now, man. It should be going. Well, if we go to here, and Dave Reacts Live. I've actually made it into the live section before, which is insane. I think, yeah, I've definitely mentioned that before. Was Timcast. So, there we go. And then this here, it will be us here. And, yep, cool beans. Cool potatoes. Concurrent viewers, chat rate, views. We actually were in the positives for subscriber count, which I was amazed. A net gain. So do that. Oh, we got to get that back up. Do that, and boom. Yep, okay, cool. And then we get that back. Boom, boom. So, see, we went up 12. And there's just a few videos that are basically pulling everything. Which ones is it? It was... Yeah, these few... Oh, your views. Yeah, and then there's that one that gets all the comments in there. I actually got... After, I think, since I got banned, because normally the threshold to get paid is 100 New Zealand dollars in that, but I upped it to 1,000, and I find, oh, that's kind of looks like, yeah, if that continued, oh my goodness, but yeah, that'd be pretty sick. But anyway, still not hitting that 1,000 and that. What if we go last 90 days now? It's sort of pretty stable. It's very, very stable. Sort of just sits at that, and like that video gets a whole heap, and that one, those few get a few. That one's interesting. That's there, but way less than they used to, which makes me sad. But I'm not going to go on a whole thing about how I'm sad about that. Oh, there we go. So we can see. Yeah, we did a little bit of content in there, but not a heap. Not a heap in 2021. That ban really finished me off, in a sense. But anyway, I finally got. Oh, so it's been like so long. Hey, there we go. Okay, that makes sense. It doesn't include quite the whole thing, but that's, you think, US dollars, so 700. Anyway, I got paid 1,000 New Zealand dollars for YouTube since my unban, which I think was March 2021. So it's like a year. It was over a year. It wasn't a year and a half, but yeah. Anyway, so that was awesome. It was like, yo, let's go. I got the $1,000 payment in that. Man, we're losing a subscriber a day. That's just sad. Anyway, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. Oh wow, that was the Everdale. That was sick as. That was so much. Oh, I loved that. It was so good. My current view on Everdale, I think it's gonna die. I really do. I don't know. It's a great game. It's a fantastic game. I love it. I don't want it to die, but I just think it's gonna die. I just think it's gonna die. I can't prove it, and that I'd be surprised at this point. I'd be quite surprised if they release it globally. And same with that. The other one, Clash Quest. I played it a couple of days after I did that last stream. And then I didn't. Oh wow, I did the 3 of that in June. That was good. Yeah, I haven't. I'm just not even really gonna play. I'm gonna do like one more stream on it because I want to do. Because I was gonna wait with that one. I waited. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do it like a stream, and it'll just be like an hour. And I'll show this is how I do it in a day. But then I just didn't end up doing it like streaming that for day. This was like 2 weeks ago, and I didn't end up doing that. So yeah, that's there though. But yeah, I'm not even going to bother farming up this account in Clash Quest. Like, I legit just don't really enjoy the game. I mean, when it came out, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, but it's just like, it just feels like a chore. Like, from day one, like, you know, some games like Clash Clans, you play it for a few years, then it starts feeling like a chore. But it's like, if it starts feeling like a chore, like, right when it starts, when it's supposed to be the most fun of all, then it's like, nah, I'm not doing this. I'm not, like, even if it went global, it's like, I wouldn't even really enjoy covering it, and I didn't have hardly anyone watching me when I covered it, so, yeah. But I'll do at least one more stream on it anyway. But yeah, I think that one's gonna die, and I think Everdale's gonna die. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, Mr. Beast. So this guy here. Oh, so this was the oldest one. That was just came up like an auto thing from sorted like that. So that was 11 million. See, even that only 10% of the world is even of his subs have even seen that. Potentially less because it wouldn't all be his subs. But, so these here still have a whole heap of 100,000. It will be going up since he's 100 million now, so people would just be watching these. There used to be ones that had, like, less than 20,000 views. I think there was some that had less than 10,000 views. See, but they all have, like, 40,000 views now, and people will always be looking for the... if this gets 1 million views, that will have peaked afterwards. See, yeah, no, there's still a 31,000, still 28. But the lowest ones will be going up. But that's still pretty insane. Like, just random... Battle Pirates. And I love how it's still on here. It used to release things that just showed masses of copyright claims every day. Like, masses of them. It was insane. I was, like, then concerned he'd just privatized all these videos. I don't know. It's sort of psychological. Like, I'm like, oh, this is so cool that like, he still got all these old videos. Oh, because this wasn't even his first channel. Oh, I remember that YouTube Plus thing. But it's 8 years ago. That's insane, and it's taken him a long time to succeed. It wasn't just this year he succeeded. It was a few years ago. But top non-copyright. He was like a gamer from the start. Like, I feel like that's really something when becoming a YouTuber and that. But yeah, it's sort of psychological. I'm like, oh, I want all these videos still here. I don't want them to be deleted. It's like, well, dude, you don't even watch them, and are you even gonna watch? I mean, they're only like a minute. It could be easy to just watch through them all. But it's cool that he's got all those ones and a heap of them because it's still 8 years, and it's like heaps of them. But 1K subs. See, a whole heap of these will have got way more views. Like, there's absolutely no way, even within the first year, that would have got even 1 million views. I don't think. It's yeah, it's sort of took off after the fact. And then there's and you see his like thumbnails. He was like, oh, let's just try this colorful, and it's just such a like the absolute most basic of basic. Like, that would, I'd say, quite likely be in PowerPoint. And you know, it's sort of, it looks a little bit like my one, not quite, but a little bit like the barn one, the background I used. Said made it to 2K subs after a hang of a long time. And then it was he was counting to the 10,000 because he got 10,000. And he was doing all sorts of like, see, and this was 6 years, so he actually hadn't done a heap of content unless he's removed some of it. But yeah, as you can see, I've watched some of them, but not all of them. Yeah, by any means. But yeah, this is just cool. Like, this was his old channel. See, even just ideas like that. Like, I love ideas like that. I did a post like that. Maybe that was inspired by Mr. Beast. I don't know. Where I did it, like, schedule it in 2 years. And actually, with the subscriber thing, you can change, if you come over here, right, you can go to edit, and you can change who watches it here, right? And then you can go to custom. I learned this just today. I sort of was aware of it and that, but didn't realize that it could. I was like, oh, I wonder what the longest thing is. See, minutes. You could go years. Wait, no, I'm not going to save it, but the longest, so 60 years. So no one, I mean, even if, how old is YouTube? Like 15 years? So even if you had it like here, no one could chat anymore. Anyway, that's wee things. Colors. Yeah, they do look a little bit glamorous. Yeah, it's cool that he still got his old stuff and that. Most people will never be like Mr. Beast in that. It's ultra rare, and it's, there we go, counting to 10, yeah, that was just the 10,000, 46 million. That's so much in that. That was 6 years ago. That wasn't a stream, was it? Looks like a stream. No, I don't know. Well, probably not.
You might not know me or anyone else in this film,
YouTube ad.
Between us, there are millions of people who do.
And that number keeps growing and growing.
Anyway.
What is up, guys? I tweeted out a tweet saying if this gets 50
That's crazy. And then this was the one that sort of shot him to fame. Like, that's insane. 10,000 in that. Anyway, so that's the one thing I've semi-done to relate to. He's so young in there as well. I have counted to 10,000 in one sitting. It took me longer than him. I think it took me like 4 or 5 hours, actually. But because I did the full number, so I'm like 9,958, whereas I think he'd be like 9,958, 9,957, or some sort of with which I mean, it's like not like that was wrong or anything like that to count like that. But yeah, that was there we go. I did the full number for, I think, all of them. I don't know. Anyway, I may have missed a number. Anyway, I should release it. There's a couple. I've got a video like answering comments for 6 hours, and I never actually ended up releasing it. I mean, I'm still intending to do the stream. There's a lot of things I intend to do and a lot of things I don't do. But yeah, to go through a whole heap of the comments since I've been unbanned, because I sort of just like occasionally respond to. Oh, there's the future me one. Like, occasionally I respond to some of them. But then there's not responded. Like the other day I responded to one of them. Oh, yeah, that game. Oh, that was such a good game. I loved that game. I always do the comments with the NST. So Smiley Face responded to that and responded 5 hours to that guy. But yeah, occasionally look at them, not heaps anymore. It's kind of sad. I don't know. It's real sad, the whole situation of me getting banned, and then Iron Rush was dying, a whole heap of stuff. But yeah. Is this working now? Here we go, surely. Hey, we got one watching. That's cool. But Rumble needs to up its game, man. It really does. Oh, this is colourful. Green and that. It really needs to up its game. And there's, yes, because when did I last release video? Oh, so Mr. Beast. Was that? Oh, no, that was before then, and then that. Okay, so I've talked about Mr. Beast. It's a real impressive guy. Real impressive story in that. Very hard working at it. And also very lucky. So, a bit of both. And he was like using paint in the background. That's right. Yeah, he was just doing like random stuff in the background. Oh.
6743, 6744, 6745, 6746, 6740.
Legend of a guy. Yeah, he's really achieved well. We're about Rumble. Yeah, they've got to up their game, man. They really do. Okay, I think that's most. There's always more I could say. That's the thing. And I could always cover. Yeah. Anyway, I guess we just play now. I feel like I've missed stuff. Like I started talking about stuff, and yeah, I don't know. Like it's been a month, man. It's crazy. It's actual crazy in that. That's crazy. I've got all the parts bar one for my final computer in that, and then I'll be able to build that, which will be awesome. And that, because this one here, it does the job, but it is getting old. I don't know. It's over 4 years old now, which is pretty crazy. Like I know someone told me that they had a 4-year-old laptop. They're like, oh, I've got a laptop and it's 4 years old. But it's like, in a sense, like most computers will be older than 4 years. Like it's not like most things have been created within 4 years. But when a laptop hits 4 years, I think that is like it actually is kind of getting old now. And that, like, I mean, by 10 years, it's like, okay, that's really old. Even 8 years, that's quite aged. So it's crazy 4 years ago. Like, 4 years ago, it's like 2018. Like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that was less than 4 years ago. Like, 3.5 years ago was the end of it. And it was so recent. And Rush was 2.5. It's like, oh my goodness, that was crazy. It was so recent. Still haven't got over Rush Wars. Your county one caused me pain because you said you needed water and wouldn't drink. I did that's right, the Battlelands, saying Battlelands 10,000 times, and saying Heyday 10,000 times. Shout out to Gizmo Spike. Feel free to go subscribe to her on YouTube, and shout out to Conman for doing the Battlelands one. That was so awesome. I appreciate you guys for doing that as a challenge. That was awesome. It's so sad what's happened with the Battlelands community. Well, it's sort of like the game's died, and it's sort of that's the end of like most of those YouTubers. Flippin' sad, man. It's so sad. So sad, man. Yeah, so sad. I'll just get up the Social Blade and just have a quick look. Yeah, oh yeah, man, I just can't keep going on these tangents. This happens all the time, and I'm like, look how much, like, I mean, let me guess, like, I'm not even looking over here, I'm just looking here, and I'm like, let me guess, like, these ones are all the Battlelands ones, or, like, over half of them are? Let's have a look. Hey, even Battlelands Real's looking, and then, well, there's me, yep, oh, wait, Divi, yeah, he was Battlelands, okay, she's in the up, but, Heyday, yeah, Battlelands, Heyday, Battlelands, so yeah, it's so flippin' sad, man. Like, it's just, you just can't even pivot, as YouTube used to call it. It's just, you just can't. It's just not at all easy. Like, sure, you can do a newer game and do a new game. I mean, Conman tried that. Zanza tried that, and it didn't work for either of them. And I guess, in a sense, it's not really working for me, but I'm not releasing all of your content, so it's not really, and even, I'm still getting, like, more views than all of them after the ban, other than Devi and that, which is crazy. Like, only these channels right up here are getting many views in that. But it's so hard to pivot content. And the game died. That wasn't their fault. They put in a lot of effort when it was out, and then the game died, and that was sort of their channels, which is just really sad, man. Oh, that's quite a lot. But, so if we go average 90 day, because 90 days is sort of a better. See, under 1,000 is, like, nothing. And that's, like, Kamikaze and Trey's a good lad, like most of the channels, and then there's a few of them. So Nighthawk 2000, he's still gaining 12, yeah. They'll overtake me, or Syndrome, oh no, I was about to say Zanza will overtake me, but sadly, no, he won't. Because, I mean, most of the Battlelands ones are stagnated and just losing a little bit. Syndrome, wow! Oh my goodness, he is going for it. I mean, I guess partly would be because the other German YouTuber, Kamikaze and Trey, doesn't do Heyday anymore. But yeah. What? What? That's not right. That's not right. That's no way. Syndrome would be pulling in the viewers. Like, he'd be getting, and then Lara, who just does the talking content. I mean, the non-talking content. And Ricky is actually 5,000. He's a very good standard measure to see how much someone's got. It's crazy, sort of like 15 million. I would have overtaken that 15 million. It's crazy how, like, low it is. Like, since I had 10 million, I'm like, that, I mean, I was about to say that wasn't hard. It was very hard, but it's like, I don't know. It's like he hasn't moved up heaps in ages, but it's sort of like just anything, just a few million views just seems so low to me now. And there's like a pasta channel that had a whole heap of channels, David B. Curtis, and he he only has like 1.5 million views total, which I'm like, that's nothing. Like, even my 10 million is like, that's nothing. Like, you know, Mr. Beast is over 1 billion in that. But it's sort of crazy because Ricky's been at it for so long, released so many videos. It's like 15 million. Like, it's, I don't know. I don't think I can really explain it to like, well, for some of you, sure, but I don't know. I'm aware that that maybe it's just hard to understand. Like, when it's same with money as well, and I sort of, but a lot of people were sort of slowly coming around to it. But even like quite a while ago, I'm like, $1 million isn't very much in that. I was like, because the median house price in New Zealand is $1 million, and yeah, and so like, because people are like, millionaire, oh, that's so rich, and it's like, I don't think it actually is. Like, that means like you own a house. That's it. Like, no extra assets. Like, the house itself is worth $1 million. So just own the house. It's like, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it's. And so it's like so many, yeah, so it's like millionaire isn't very rare at all, and that. And it's sort of like almost as, I don't know, I think it's kind of fair comparison. It's sort of like as devalued as having 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Like, both of them is like, well, it's cool to have $1 million worth of assets, and it's cool to have 1 million subscribers on YouTube, but neither actually really means you've actually achieved much anymore. Like, 20 years ago, or even 10, I don't know, the money one will have, like, trailed off way slower than the YouTube one, whereas it's just, like, there's so many people hitting it now. It's just, the devalue is crashing so hard right now. And the amount of people getting YouTube will be increasing, but it will be slowing off as they released YouTube to a new country, like, within the last year or something, like, Bengali or something. It was like, what the heck, that's crazy, it's just got YouTube. And, yeah, New Zealand got it in 2007. But yeah, so that will be, I don't know, but then hence India, because India's sort of been slower to get it, but they've got it, they're getting it, and, you know, but the Indian channels like T-Series and, like Z Music and another, one of the other ones, I can't remember what it is, anyway, they've been going up huge amounts in the subs, but it will sort of slow off, I don't know, because people can subscribe to infinite channels and that, but, yeah, that can't go, yeah, I don't know, there's a limit at which, how much people can watch, and then it's sort of capped. Yeah, it's weird, if one comment is democracy, what is 100 comments? Anyway, so, because it's kind of cool, you can have more influence in comments by just commenting heaps and that. But anyway, so yeah, the value of subs is sort of diminished, as is, like, a millionaire in that. Like, it's just crazy that there's millions of millionaires. That in the Prague video that said that, it's like, that's crazy, millions of millionaires, like, that's insane. Even a billionaire now, like, there was like a guy, I'm not sure who it was, and it was like, he was ranked 800 and something on the list with $2 billion. It's like, what? That means there's over like 1,000 people that have $2 billion. Like, that's crazy. That's just so much. But anyway, $1 million, yeah, just doesn't. Same with 1 million subs, and 15 million views, 20 million views just doesn't seem that much in that. I mean, it's insanely hard to, well, I don't know, it is insanely hard to get for a given person. It's like, I want to get 20 million views. It's like, good luck with that. But, like, since so many people have it, it's sort of like, yeah, for those that have it, it's like, it's not actually that many views. And only like 20% of people actually watch the whole video, so it's like 15 million. Well, for my stats and that. So if 20 million have watched it, then actually only like 4 million have watched in that. But yeah, it's just really interesting in that. But 11 million views, like 8 million views, it's just so small. Like I didn't have way more than that. I had like 2 million more than that. But at that rate, he'll get there quite fast. So he's going up real quick. I just want to check out Zanzard and see why the big blip. Maybe, no, he will have unprivatized, he would have just been doing stuff and, like, yeah, deprivatized, oh, that's so sad, a whole heap of his videos, and then decided, yeah, so April, and he's like, actually, I'll redo a whole heap of them. It's so sad, man, seeing all these wonderful Battlelands YouTubers. That one's broken, it's been broken for a while. But yeah, the whole thing just crashed. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know, I was so in the game. I was so in the game of YouTube, and it's doing so well right before I was banned. It was like 10,000 views every day, and then it's just crashed it. And now it's like, I think my channel's got, at minimum, the P score is wrecked and ruined and crashed, probably because of the ban. And at maximum, well, not, yeah, I don't know. And then there's the chance that they're like blacklisting my channel or somewhat suppressing it, because it's like, if you look pre-ban, 10,000, 20,000 views a day for that matter, to then like never over 1,000. Other than that Everdale thing where I stream for like 12 hours a day. Yeah, it's so sad. But yeah, okay. Is all that? Your counting one calls me pain. There we go. I've had to replace my laptop. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, so 4 years then for a computer, isn't it? Like, I've got my one from 2012, and it still works. Still works. And that it was a good one for its time. It's a good one for its time, but it's insane that it's still around. And yeah, I mean, I don't use it much at all, but it's cool that it still exists. The original cord for it got lost this year, which was a shame. Had to replace, there we go. Syndrome has grown. Yeah, he's growing hard. Like 70 subs a day that's big. For like just, I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know. In the grand scheme of things, like compared to a lot of them, it's not huge. But compared to like most of the other people doing mobile games like Heyday, that's big growth. So it's just, yeah, it's such a pain. I want to get those 24, that I've just sort of crashed. I want to get those 24/7 streams back up, but I don't want to have it on this computer because that will just kill it, like, even faster. So when I get this new computer up, then I'll have, like, at least 2 24/7 streams going. Like, I'll have it for Twitter. Although I don't care so much about Twitter now that Elon's not going to buy it. I saw Elon and Trump had a bit of a spat. Yeah, but I just think Twitter's just going to keep getting worse and decline. And I hope these alternative ones actually do well, like Getter and MeWe and Truth Social, Parler, and a couple of other ones. Because it's like, yeah, if Twitter's just not going to fix their problem, then I just hope people move. Because it was sort of like when Elon was going to buy it, I'm like, oh, this is good. And then hopefully he can fix it. But then it's like, but then where does it leave the place for these other ones? But it's like, okay, now he's not buying it. Like, let's just move to the other ones. I don't know, that said, I'm still using Twitter and that. But yeah, it's just a shame what's happened with Twitter and YouTube and all that. It's such a shame, man. Such a shame. And just how small companies just almost always get bought up by big companies. It's like, because like SuperSight was doing so well before they sold to Tencent. Like, they were doing so well. They'd released Heyday and Clash of Clans and Boom Beach and presumably Clash Royale, because it's sold to SoftBank to Tencent in 2016, and it was like 4th of January it came out, Clash Royale. So it's like they'd release 4 banger games and then they sold. And it's like, I don't think they needed to sell, but I wish they hadn't sold. But anyway, YouTube isn't showing the title live symbol to your channel name. Really? Hi, there we go, no one watching. There we go, 1. 2, you and Lynn. There we go, you are approaching 11 million views. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be so much higher now, man. And I get those 24/7 streams up. They don't, I mean, they count, but they don't really count. Like, I don't know, yeah, and it's sort of, it doesn't, it's not dishonest, it's the YouTube that chooses what counts, but it sort of inflates your view count so much. Like so much, because just heaps of people. Well, I don't know. It's also very, like, I hired all these servers to have all these streams running, and most of them got hardly any views after ages. But if you get one that's popular, it just racks up the views insanely. Like, I was getting 10,000 views a day just about on just that one stream. So yeah, that it can significantly, hugely increase your views in that. And you get 10,000 views a day every 100 days. That's 100,000 views. Every 100 days, that's 1 million views. So just one of those streams will get you 3 million views. I mean, Flair TV's one had like 100 million views on the PewDiePie Overseas series, which is insane. People normally view it for shorter when watching streams. They just click on and off like for a minute, I've found. But they just rack up huge amounts of views in that. I could do a monkeypox stream now that the thing, it's becoming a thing again. What's the other thing? There's monkeypox and there's, well, obviously COVID. Then there's like one other one. Maybe there's not another one. I can't remember. I was thinking of something else, like some sort of outbreak or problem. Inflation's a problem. It's a real bad problem. So bad, man. It's terrible. Anyway, what's tanked economies ruin life? There was the one. Lives. Okay, cool. Sus. No one watching. Sus. The sus. The classic. He's got 30,000 subscribers, but there's only a couple watching that. There's multiple factors for that. But, even pre-ban, that used to happen. Like, even in 2019, I'd be streaming a game and have, like, one stream I had literally no one. I had Pran. Mate, the amount of times I've shouted out Pran because of that one stream, she's renamed to something else now. But her account, her YouTube account. But that one stream, it's just that one stream. The amount of shout outs, like, value it's not like I'm gonna shout you out forever from there, but I just remember that so distinctly because it was like, yo, we got one person. It was for a World of Tanks stream. It's crazy how much content I have, like how most of my content, I'd have over 1,000 videos that like never get viewed on any given day. Like, that's crazy. I can see why YouTube like added to the terms of service that they can delete content that isn't profitable, because that's just so much. Like, holding 1,000 videos, like, that's so much. So World of Tanks, I don't know. And what's the other game I want to stream? Balloon Tower. That's right. Last night I played Balloon Tower Defense. It's battles, and I'd previously won 15 out of 18. So I'd won 15, lost 3. Last night I lost 5 or 6 in a row, and that was all I played. And that was like, what the heck? Like, that wasn't. No, I can't believe I got so bad. They have changed. Well, no, it was because I was playing on my phone, I think, because I normally win them. But I was playing on my phone, and then the balloons, like, you have to tap a separate one to see the balloons and back to the other thing. But I sort of forgot how to play very well, so that was a shame. I also read about the arbitration of war. That was very interesting, and tragedy of the commons. That, yeah, it's very, very. I love Risk and the psychology behind it. I don't know. I didn't even really think about the psychology behind it. I just do my strategy of being really friendly to people, just ally, just don't break the agreements, and yeah, type streaming software. What does that even mean? Okay, so battles, Balloon Tower Defense. I don't think I've released it on YouTube, or potentially I never released it. I definitely recorded one. I definitely recorded one, but I don't know if I released it. Anyway, the World of Tanks 2019. Oh man, it's crazy. There it is. I've only done it once. I love that game. It's such a good game. Oh, I got 200. That's kind of a lot of views. Comments 4. Okay, there we go. That's kind of a lot of views. But when I was live, overview. Oh, there we go. So. Oh, I got it. Oh, there we go. Live chat messages. How many viewers watching? Shout out to Pran. Okay, well, so it actually did go up in that, but yeah, felt like she was the only one chatting. That's crazy. It was so like, oh, this ad.
Game. You're not ready for it.
Games, it's just the psychology of games. It's so interesting. Oh, the old thing. Because I remember I had Mr. Beast there. I think there was PewDiePie subs in that. Hey, oh my goodness, this was so long ago. Oh, because this was in the midst of Battlelands. Man, I missed, Battlelands. It was such a great game. Oh, what? No, there was way more than...
Just me and my bud versus that last dude up there.
There you go, that's my voice. Hey, this guy. I remember him. Okay, maybe it wasn't that stream. Maybe my memory's wrong. But I don't even see Pran listed. No, it must have been a different stream, eh? Maybe it would have the water one. The water one's fun. Oh, I loved that game. Oh, it's such a good game. I can't believe I haven't played it for over 3 years. Oh, I used to play it at the anniversary, coincidentally. Like, I'd really love it, and then I wouldn't play it. That was such a good game. And, well, I wasn't showing it. A lot of those old videos, I didn't have my face. Yeah, I don't know why not. I don't know what time I streamed that. I still haven't even played this game yet. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be more like 2 hours. What else was I going to say? And yeah, but that balloon game last night was so much fun, except it was so bad at it. It's like, oh, bother. There's always so much to talk about. I could just stream. But I am keen to show you how much progress I've made in Everdale. It's really good, and I'm really happy with it. And I'm super, super hyped to get to level 12. I could have got to level 12 like literally 2 weeks or more ago. It was ages ago. Fran changed her name very often. I was keeping a list for a while. I thought she did more than one. I thought, yeah, maybe, unless it just, I thought I did more as well. I don't know. No, I did heaps of World of the Water one way back in 2017. Oh, that brings back so many memories. That's so long ago, man. Oh, why can't I go back? Yeah, why can't I go back? I clicked that and then it took me to here. I could go to there. But yeah, the World of Tanks, the water one, oh, that was so much fun. There's just so much to preoccupy, like, your mind with and your life with and that. It's like, I find way too much interesting. Like, everything's interesting in that. So it's sort of like, it's sort of like, if you talk about this, you're like, man, it seems like every time I talk about something, it's interesting. And it's like, maybe that's because, like, everything you talk about is interesting in that. Like, as in, not me, like, as in the topics themselves in that. So it's just, rather than, like, you always seem to pick the topic that's interesting to talk about. It's like, no, it's just the fact that lots of things, or as Dennis Prady says, like, you can make anything interesting in that. And it's sort of, and it's almost like, it reminds me of, like, how all the teachers at school, well, in my experience, and not all, most, thought that their subjects should be compulsory. And it comes back to, well, that's what they focus on. That's what they're really interested and passionate about. So they're like, well, this is so important. Why shouldn't everyone have to do this and that? But everyone has the same mindset of, well, this is so important, you know, and it's sort of like with the people that you find interesting in that. Like, I'm like, whoa, I know these people and they're so interesting to listen to in that. But then someone else says, well, I know these people and they're so interesting. And it's like, well, you're both right. Like, they're both interesting in that. They're both interesting for, yeah. And it's same with music in that. It's weird because, like, everyone has, like, their own unique niche set of music in that. And everyone really likes the songs that they like. And there's a lot of overlap, but it's not entirely overlapping. And because, like, a lot of people haven't heard the other people's song in that. So the songs, like, yeah, the amount, like, I'm probably the only person in the world that has heard all the songs that I've heard. Like, assuming no more and no less. Like, I'm probably the only person. That's how sort of unique. I don't know, because I've probably, like, heard, like, 1,000 songs. And the chances that there's another person in the world that's heard those exact 1,000 songs is extremely unlikely, even though I was like, well, there's 8 billion people, surely. But it's like, yeah, no, I just don't think so. Because, I mean, heaps of those people wouldn't even listen to English music or much of it and that. And then, like, there's all sort, like, 1,000 songs, exactly the same 1,000 songs. Like, I mean, there'd be some that virtually everyone has heard, but then the same 1,000 songs, very unlikely. What if Tank's videos... Oh, wow. Oh, I was just checking the live then. Good spotting. Yeah, it must be, yeah. Because it might have been like 2021. The Pran thing was in a live stream, though, because it was live. I thought it was that stream, but clearly not. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, so anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things out there, there really is. There's a lot of things I could talk about, there really is. The Prisoner's Dilemma fascinates me a lot. It really does. And Risk. Risk is just crazy. It's really cool. It's so cool. It's awesome. It's just weird. Like, it's just such a different set of rules to life. It's so odd. Anyway, let's actually play this game, which I'm keen to show you my progress in. I'm keen to show you a lot of things. So, anyway, but today we will do Cheeky Wee Everdale. And finally, after like 2 weeks of delaying my account, I'll actually level it up properly. Look up Pran again. She's still a mod, yeah. I appointed a few mods. Oh, what a mess. What an absolute diabolical mess of a base right now. All this inefficiency in that. It's because I knew I was going to stream, so it's just absolutely been super inefficient for ages. But, yeah, this is the situation. This is the state of affairs. Oh, there's just so much, yeah, it's like, get that, that there. And then we can also upgrade this, which we're going to be doing as well. So a whole heap of stuff. But the worst thing has been the lack of honey. Like, for 2 weeks, I've had, like, no honey. Because as soon as I tapped that, it would level me up, and I wanted to do a stream of it. So I've had, like, no honey for, like, 2 weeks or so. And that's been really not nice. But, yeah, but this is good. We got level 5. We're upgrading them all in terms of all of them are getting upgraded in all levels and that. So, that's been good. In terms of the top ones, there we go. It's a lot of them that still haven't leveled up after all this time. C is still number 1. Still the head honcho. Still the king right there. Seafarer number 2. But yeah, the gap is definitely decreasing. And yeah, they're all the top ones. I could type them up, but it's like, oh, I don't think this game... I love the name Azure Sky. But Sweden there... Oh, I was going to do that cool thing. There's a lot of things I was going to do with the Excel. We still need to get it through the Reddit. We're not going to do that today, but I think we will do it at some point. I was going to tour C. That was another thing I was going to do. And also do the thing about what countries these top ones were from. And now that a whole heap of them are on both, then I could do that original analysis that I did way back in 2020, man. That's crazy. It's been so long. That was fun, man, when the first game came out. Was it 2020 that I started covering it? Or was it 2021? It might have been early 2021. It was both. Oh, no. Yeah, no, I did an Excel thing that started in 2020. I think it was November 2020. And I did a heap of... I spent like a whole day doing it. Like, hours and hours and hours typing up so much data from Excel. But just new API, man. All the programs I would have created if I knew how to program. would be a lot of cool programs. But yeah, now we can do a cool analysis where we compare overall which one would it be better to be. So now, and if you're first for both, then clearly C is the top one. But yeah, then there's ones where it's like depending on how you weight it. But which one would I think? Well, I mean, the thing is there's multiple ones that got 14. Oh, there's not that many though. Like, it's the update, whatever the last one was, has been out for ages. And there's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I remember that one. I remember timing them up, man. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Only 19 after all that time that have actually ended up maxing out. And there's some classic ones like A Few Good Farmers. I'm glad they're still in there. And a C. But there's a whole heap of new ones that have come about that weren't around then. It's really funny because if we come to research, I've ended up going back a little bit. And just finishing off this because I can't level up, and I realized it was just then I realized that study level 12. I'm like, well, why can't I upgrade it to 12? And I realized they must have linked it to you have to be level 12 to get level study 12 and that, which is real interesting. But as soon as I get that, I've got these old things. I want to have the unique account that that will be like the last thing I get right there, the savory. I probably will end up getting, I don't know, all the trousers. One of those two things will be the last ones. That one I will end up getting because there'll be a mixture that then I need afterwards and that. But either that or that will be the very last thing. People are like, that would be funny if it was trousers. But it's kind of annoying that it's trousers that I've left because that's the thing that you get double XP on the boat or something, coins. But it's sort of weird because they wouldn't have really anticipated how having this thing. Oh, because that comes from, from there. But I don't actually need either of them. Because that's not on the path. That's sort of just random. It's just like, we'll just stick it up there. It's like, okay. But I don't think they will have anticipated the game. The game is so brokenly unbalanced. It's not terrible in that, but it's like not great. And it would be a huge variation experience. But I don't realize how much they realize they broke the game when they put these reach 100, even 100, that's not even much. But how much they would break it. Because all of these areas where I've stopped being able to upgrade. And so as soon as I got that, and let's say those other things, which is like nothing, I can't upgrade any of those lines or any of these lines. There's one or two that I got in before and I was lucky. Like these ones here, which got me the house, because that super incentivized people to do it. But all these lines I can't upgrade down, which is just like really breaks my ability. It sort of forces it, and there'll be quite a few people that, well, not heaps, but at least a lot of people that fall into this boat because they're not in a hood that has a heap of level ups. They can't get these boats off fast. Especially if it's just one of them, they can't get the boats off fast enough to even get these things very easily, even though it's only 3,000. If it's 3,000 individual orders because you never get a boat finished, which gives you 100 points, that's 3,000 like little orders, which takes ages in that. So there's going to be all these people that have to go down this super niche rare path. It won't be that niche because there'll be a whole heap of people that do it that are blocked at they're blocked here to do these ones, they're blocked here to do those ones, they're blocked here to do these ones, they're blocked here to do these ones, and they have to do this blocked here so they can't go that line or that line, and then as soon as I upgrade this, I'll be able to do that one, and then go down this very niche line. So it's ultra niche line, and then there's all the stuff that's blocked up because of this boat weird thing that they've put into it. And some people couldn't even be able to get the poor village house. I was just lucky because they reverse updated it, but I'd already got that. They added in another villager, but I'm not seeing it. Like, you have, how many do I have now? 7 for such a long period in the game. Although, maybe they've rebalanced it so it'll be like you have 6 for a longer period of time before you get the 7th. But it's like, mate, I've had 7 for ages. Like, 8, like, for like months now, and that. And so, but I don't know, it's because I remember like ages ago, like took the first player, it was someone, Allison, like 6 months or something to max out the game, or they made it way harder in that. But I doubt it will take like over a year. No, it might take over a year. But it's sort of like you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you get to 7 villages quite quickly, and then you just have like months and months and months and months and months of 7 in that. And so it won't be really much good use if it's like near the end of the game that you're like, oh, you got your 9th villager, oh, you got your 10th, oh, you got your 11th. It's like, well, I've like basically done the game for a year without them, so at this point I don't need that extra villager. I mean, it'd still be nice, but it's sort of, yeah, because like even I'm on 7 right now, and even now I still can't even see oh wait, actually I can there, but it's blocked because of this thing. So then it's like, well, the next one might be behind these other blocked things. But anyway, so then I'll go that. And I hope that's enough to get to study level 13. Otherwise, it really is going to stuff it up for me, because I won't be able to get enough buildings to upgrade the study anymore, which then would really wreck my progress. And then I'll have to force myself to complete a boat thing just so I can unlock, for example, hymns, or just so I can get a building so then I can actually level up the study. But yeah, that's the situation there. Time to level up. Yeah, I'm so Eroda. They were, but not super high. They're like just on there, which I thought they would, like, after ages they would then have gone boom, but they sort of haven't really. There they go. So yeah, that's sort of, they're definitely not in the top few. They're sort of below the middle, they're in the bottom middle half, and there's sort of not that much difference between, like, other than those 61s, and it's like 62, 63, and then there's them. Whereas at the top, like, you hear 10 levels for the next closest one. So huge drops in that for those top few. That, you know, like, even from there to there, that's over 10 difference between those ones. Whereas down here, it's like heaps of them are like on this close-as path. It's very narrow between them who's there. And I've got 70,000. The 70,000 there. So it's absolutely broken. Well, I can't, well, not really. But, because they've done that rep road thing. But, oh, we get mail? Oh, this thing. When was that? Not sure. 14, level 4 plus. Thought 14 plus or something, like, is an age thing. Leaderboard, not the leaderboard, the other thing, this thing here. So once you get to 50,000, it's like, and I think there's a glitch that if you don't collect it, then it just keeps going up and up and up and up and up. But then it's sort of like, other than you can get that chest thing, it's pointless in that. But you need it in a valley, and this is where it's so, the game's so, they still haven't fixed the thing where if you tap, that worked that time. If you tap, like, see, I'm tapping on this, on the blue thing, or that concrete thing doesn't work because they haven't re-updated it to, there we go, to go to the new size fitting they did it. But this whole sort of broken thing comes down to the fact that, like, some people are in super high, like, if the whole village thing is maxed out, the whole valley's maxed out, they don't need to worry about this. Because we had 30,000 for ages, which is such a shame, because it was wasting away. And now, as soon as we upgrade, which we're about to, then we're going to not have enough. Like, we're going to be able to get a couple of these things. I'll get that one, and that one, and maybe that one. But I don't care about the buildings, because it's hard enough to manage everything as it is, let alone getting these new buildings. The other dude's left. Like, there was that other dude. Left ages ago. Oh, now I can finally check through this stuff. And MJ hardly comes on. Feel like he's in the state that I was in Clash of Clans for ages. Like, you've downloaded the game, you don't want to fully say goodbye, but you sort of just keep playing it. I always feel like saying, it's okay, man. It was nice having you. Probably best you just delete Everdale and move on to that. And if you one day want to enjoy it again, come back. But otherwise, you just feel guilty. Like, oh, I'm not putting in much effort to that. There was a guy in Clash of Clans in that. Way back in 2014 or something. He might have finally quit in 2016, but it went on this process for like 2 years. Like, he'd just keep apologizing to me and that for not putting in, like, and I actually, and I sort of, I unfortunately, regrettably, this was years ago, sort of snapped. I'm like, you keep saying you'll come back, and you don't come back. You keep telling me this, and it's just not true in that. And I was annoyed, because we used to be, like, real good buds. Like, he was a co-leader in the clan that I ran, and it was really nice in that. But then he sort of stopped playing, and he was sort of busy with sport, and it was just sort of, it's just sort of the sad process in that of, like, 2 years of, yes, sorry I couldn't make it much this week, and sorry, and it just goes on and on and on, and it's sort of like, it's sort of like just delete, you know, just it's almost like, it's sort of almost Everdale. It's like, just, if it's gonna come on Supercell, like, don't just, like, have hardly any updates. Like, just delete it if you're gonna get rid of it. It just, yeah, just finish it, because otherwise just so sad. But anyways, the sad process in Clash of Clans of him, and then eventually he left, but it was sort of just sad. And almost like me in the last sort of year, it was a bit different, because I was leader, so then it makes it sort of worse in a sense. I didn't, then in the sense, it's like, well, it's my clan, so then it doesn't really matter if it fails because it's my fault. But then it does matter in the sense because it's there's other clanmates in there in that, and they're still putting in effort in that. So even though sure I've made the clan and put in huge amount of effort over the course of years to get it to where it is, and that doesn't mean like they still are fully committed, and I'm just like it's sort of like, yeah. So it's a weird psychological thing, and I wondered if MJ was in that position. There was another guy that was in it, and then he ended up leaving, and I can understand why, because he's just sort of frustrated that I wasn't upgrading buildings or stuff and promoting him to elder and that. But because we built, what did we build? I built something for him. I built the fishing hut. I didn't really want to build the fishing hut. I wanted to keep it to we only upgrade like these things and that, and then eventually we can do these building things and that. But the buildings aren't a priority because it just adds a whole heap more resources and makes it more complicated. It's hard enough to manage what we got. Anyway, finally I can go through the chat. Oh, it was Lake Dale. Man, that was over a month ago he left. That's crazy. That's insane. And I can understand why he left in that. I can understand why he left. Oh my goodness. That's great. We were like super pumped and excited. That was 55 days ago. I mean, I still love Everdale. I'm still playing it. I know one other New Zealander that's playing it, and he plays it a bit like daily and that. But yeah, yeah, poor MJ. But MJ stuck with him. I don't know. It's crazy. Like I've really had no one. And the guy Lakedale wanted me to stream because he thought that would then bring in some more people and that. But since I don't regularly stream, it probably won't. There'll probably be no one from the stream that actually joins. There might be one, who knows. But yeah, and then there's like hardly anyone interested in Everdale. And there's still competition for people because it gets more and more inactive, and then it sort of becomes more and more competition to get more people. Yeah, that was cool as an event. They tried so hard, but then it ruined because we couldn't quite finish it. Yeah, so the final event was just a shame. And I said not a good future for the game, but yeah, like every week there's a vote that comes up to kick MJ. And I don't kick MJ in that, but because of inactivity, it automatically starts. So that's interesting in that. Voting, democratic, food. Oh, that was my reasoning behind stuff. So I thought I'll let him have a bit of say, but I still say, okay, well, this is what we're not doing because I don't want more resources, but you can choose whichever one guild. So I thought that was sort of like a compromisey thing. But yeah, so we put a lot of effort, but it's sort of like no one's really stayed since I started it, like none. Like there's like AoE and someone, and then they've both left, then someone came and then left, and now there's another person that, like Dale, which stayed for a while, put in some effort, but now he's left. So now it's just MJ, which doesn't really play. So yeah, it's just me really. Oh, this shows way back to 50. I don't know if I would have streamed 50. No, it was like 2 months ago, so I will have just missed it. But that's been the progress of slowly. Oh, so they just like instantly joined and left those three. Lakedale, that was sad. Queen instantly left. 7 days ago. 7 days. What? Oh, did I only start that 7 days ago? Wow. We've got that upgraded quite nicely. There we go, and now we're level 6, so it's kind of cool that we're slowly leveling up over there. I should have all these things back in action instantly, but sort of run out of certain things. I'm not buying any more gems from them. Okay, so this is a mess. We should have cleared it up ages ago. There's just so much to say about the whole thing. Let's just get some stuff happening. Just anything. Just move on to tasks. That's done. I could put them on for 2 years. Oh yeah, and then there's this berry I wanted to show you. There we go. Now I've showed you. Now I can get rid of it because it's just at the corner. But it's actually been such a pain because only a few spawn because I leave these ones over here. But actually, no. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of it because I keep running out of berries, which is a real pain. We need to get some more mushrooms, and I'll get rid of these 3 as well because yeah, that'd be great to have some more respawn. Oh yeah, those 3. We'll get through those ones. Cool, and then I always do this right here. So, Luigi, are you ready? We got enough? Yeah, okay. It's not. You just got to do it. We got to do it. You know. Oh, here we go. And boom, 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 boom. No, it's just not quite there. But you know, it was like, you know, a little bit like kind of fast. But the boats, man, that was Everdale's peak, man. That was Everdale's peak in 2021, where there'd be multiple members that would get up in the middle of the night, the middle of the flipping night. I would, and some of them would as well. And the boat would come in because boats was so rare, and this is the problem with the game being unbalanced, that like suddenly you'd have no one online, and then suddenly all the lights, the green lights would just light up. We'd be like, okay, everyone's on. It's just like right 5 minutes before the boat came in, you'd just be like do all the lights green up. Not all of them, but maybe like half. Like, you'd have at least 3 on, like, at the minimum, often 4, potentially more. And the boat would come in, and because people just had no coins, and which hinders your progress massively in that. So having, like, 10, 9 or 10, 8 or 9 or 10 in the valley is just, it just wrecks it for you. And having just 1 or 2 or 3 is just not enough, and that's not good either. So, and I think it's very bad that the game's done like that. And it would just come in, and it'd be like, brrr, and then it would just like leave. It would be like, oh my goodness, that was like Luigi from Cars, like maximum, like 2.0 times speed. Like, it was just crazy. People so wanted it. But there's certain ones I didn't really want because I couldn't do it. But yeah, sort of, it was like a trade-off between just get the coins versus try and get the ones that you want, which is so much better because it's like muffins that I can make in here versus like my couple of toys that I have, and then I'll be out of toys again for ages. So it's like, it was the craziest. That was like, it was so peak, so hype. Like that I'd literally put an alarm on for like 3 a.m. to get up. It was because it was so few coins, and I really wanted it. But you'd be competing, and the boat would just be like, boom! It was crazy. I still do the ones. They haven't got it this time, but those other things. See, this is still so far off. Getting where we need to get those things. I still do them just to boost the rep point because I know that we'll need them at some point. But here we go. Okay, so I almost did 1,000 just from single ones. I don't think I've ever done a single 100 boat. But it's such a pain in terms of the rep road. It's just messed up. Man, it's just so cool to be like talking about this game after having like not done it for ages, and there's just so much to talk about that's happened. Interesting dynamics. We still got the good old statue there, the Discovery one. I wonder if Taz still plays. The Clash Mini's looking promising. Well, I don't know. You see the Twitter all the time. I get Discord notifications all the time. Yeah, there's people maxing out in that game. And there's a German guy that did it recently. I think it was Danny. I don't know. Can't remember. I liked his tweet anyway. But yeah, and tweeted about him getting. Well, no, I just saw it and then tweeted, well done. But oh, it's 4. Okay, yeah. Well, we'll go for another hour. But yeah, So it's such a great game. But it's yeah. We'll see its future. So, these things I love to do, but I keep running out of berries, so I haven't been doing them. And them I like to do, but I haven't got enough of them. These things are my favorite. I love doing these ones because they're so easy to make, and those ones are good as well. I like to do process stuff the most. So yeah, and because then we can go like here, and we can go like like that, and these here, easy as to do. Cool. And then we can get those eggs. And while we're at it, let's go through and just do a mushroom raid, because we're a bit low on mushrooms. 84. Oh, it's going to be so nice to level up after, like, ages. Like, it's been months. Literally months. So I could have leveled up ages ago. And I could have made it way sooner if I prioritized it. But what I do is I leave all these here for overnight tasks. So I honestly, now that I've got these storages big enough, I can just leave them on like that, on like brick or rock or wood, and then it lasts just about 8 hours. The wood's slightly under, but once I unlock these things, it will be fine. And so and then I just can keep, and then I've just been pumping through all these order things to keep it, like upgrading these things. So that's been keeping me occupied in that. But when I need to, I can put them on houses, and they just can build that overnight. I like to use it as a sort of, like, because it's sort of like a pit of resources. Like, you can just use it, you can just deploy it at any point, and like, okay, now we can't, like, for whatever reason, we can't do those things, so we'll just sink all our resources into that, which need to be sunk. It needs to be upgraded at some point. But yeah, I have plenty of coins in that, and I've maxed them all out for the rock and for for this thing, and then I have them doing it so that they all then max out again, so that as soon as I upgrade, I can do it again. So they're all maxed. And then this one here is just 2 more to go. Oh, and then this guy here. Yeah, he needs more. I accidentally missed him. I put him on research for so long that I forgot to do that. But then I upgrade those 2, and yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome in that. So the village is doing well. Okay, mushrooms. Mushroom there. Mushroom there. Mushroom there. Reminds me of Heyday, how on the Derby task board everyone rushes to get help and mining task. Help ones are my favourite because they're so fast. Yeah, it's just such an easy thing. Yeah, it's crazy. Heyday's a good game in that. But it's insane that, like, I don't know, it's sort of like crazy. It's like that you can put hours into the game. Like, it's a kind of game where you can spend hours and it benefits you to play it for hours. Everdale's really weird and unique for Supercell games in that you only do it a little bit. I wouldn't call it an idle game, though. And I don't think they call it an idle game, either. The idle one, yeah, they sort of are just weird. I'm not a big fan of idle games where you sort of just like build a whole heap of stuff and then build, you know, I don't know, I don't really like that. Ooh La La was actually a fun one though in 2019 because it had a more dynamic to it. I recently reviewed that other game, which it reminded me of like Art of War, but just more basic, and it's like, yeah, and it's not even like, there wasn't really a unique selling point. It's like, if you can't really just make it, well, you can, but not with like the expect that heaps of people will play. I mean, if it's sort of, I don't know, I feel like people just would, just because like if someone created like a Clash Clans equivalent, although not really, but people do. But then, you know, and then that's crazy, these are all the original trees. Like, that's actually insane that all these trees have been here the entire game. It's been really annoying, really inefficient, but I've done it just for the banter, really. Like, I don't need these trees, man. And it would have been cool to see in the old version what it's like to just mow down a whole heap of them. Have, like, all 7 guys plus friends just going chop, 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 chop. Like, that'd be kind of sick. Anyway, okay, that's them done, for the most part. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. This whole section here has just been so inefficient. And now it's been more, the inefficiencies are real. Like the fact that I haven't been using the berries, so then I've had these things here, which is what you should do, because they give you bonus coins. I don't know, it's weird, because then if you're really maximum efficient, you go on a hood that's higher, so then I could be upgrading non-stop, but then if there's too many people, then there's not enough coins, so it's sort of weird. I've sort of made it work pretty well, pretty flippin' well for a one person valley. Well, one active person valley. Like I've got it working pretty well, considering, and it's actually kind of nice. It'd kind of be a pain to go back to having like a whole heap of active people, because then they'd just use up all the good tasks, and you'd be like, oh, I actually kind of liked it, just me, to be fair. That done. Just anything, just want them doing stuff, just while I talk. I could put them on that. Don't really like to put them on that stuff. Is there any more rock needed? A little bit more wood. Chuck you there. There we go. So, and you can see, sometimes you can like see, and you go info. So she needs to do more farming and clay digging. Is this guy maxed on clay digging? Oh yeah, almost. There we go. So not inefficient because of that. So yeah, that's that. Okay, so let's leave what recently published more Everdale videos premieres. The Heyday team drops in. Interesting. That's weird. Like coincidence? I think not. Like, that's odd. Like, what does it even mean? Does it even mean anything? Do they just happen to be popping in? Like, or does it mean that the Heyday team is working on Everdale, or the Everdale team is gonna transfer it to Heyday? Imagine if it became a mini game in Heyday. No, like, that's, like, actually such a good idea. Like, I was like, then said, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Like, no, that's a really cool idea. Because then, that'd just be, I don't know, it would sort of push people over the edge for playing Heyday. Like, it'd just be so much time on top of what, that would be, like, so epic. That could be, like, the graveyard of all, like, Supercell's dead games. Like, they just chuck it in as mini-games in Heyday, because people have been wanting mini-games for ages. But this here would be, like, this game would actually work in Heyday, because it's farming-type thing. I don't know, it wouldn't, if people knew the history. I don't know, but most Heyday players wouldn't play this game. So, but they probably would if it was in Heyday. And they could even make it more simple. Like, they could just sort of, like, just keep, like, elements of this, and then just make it, like, remove a whole heap of stuff, just to make it simple. And then I think they could just re-release this content and updates. But they would give people that played Everdale but not Heyday to play Heyday just so they could play Everdale. That would actually work really well if they chuck this. That would actually, like, I'm serious. Like, that would be so good. That would be actually, like, and then they save the dead game so they don't have to kill it. Because they're like, we'll just chuck it in this other game. Because they wouldn't even need to update it, because this here will just give people, like, in Heyday, like, 6 months or a year worth of content to max out this little thing. And then, I mean, they could Heyday-ify it, so, like, these graphics are not uniquely Heyday, but they could just make it Heyday-like. That would be insane. That would be insane. And you could, like, put your Heyday decorations in this game, like, in this mini-game and that. And, you know, you already have chickens here, and they could link it, like, link the egg collecting to that. Oh, that'd be, no, does that sound like a voice? No. But they could link the egg. No, that probably wouldn't work, because then people would get heaps of eggs in the game. But yeah, I mean, make it part of Heyday, like the Valley. Yeah, but as in, like, have it as like a mini game, so you can play it in Heyday. The Valley is almost a game as, yeah, like that, yeah. It's like I'm not even gonna talk about the Valley right now. I could say, oh, the Valley, and then it's like, dude, I haven't played Heyday for like 2 years, so I have no idea what the Valley's like anymore. It's crazy it only came in 2019. I know. It just annoyed me so much that like the main focus of most of the updates or all the updates after the Valley came out were about that. When there's like minor quality of life things would be so easy for them to implement that they hadn't. Like, you know how if you're leader and you opt out, you can't see who's doing the tasks and that. It's just so basic. Like, it would take them probably less than an hour to do that. And then that would just be, like, so cool, so helpful. People would love it. But, you know, instead they'd spend weeks, months on the Valley. So it's just annoying. It's just annoying that that was the main focus. And, like, do the Valley. Like, enjoy the Valley for those of you who enjoy it. And, yeah, Heyday team, develop Valley, but don't give up on the other things, which is, I felt like, well, that's what they did. It's sort of like, like, if we're taking a meta approach, the Valley was Heyday. No, the Valley wasn't Heyday. The other things were Heyday and Boom Beach, and the Valley, that was Clash of Clans. That was Brawl Stars. That was Clash Royale. I don't know, I haven't heard much about Clash Royale anymore. I assume it still gets a lot of updates, but I don't know. But, you know, that was like, we're focusing it. It's like, no, but look, Heyday, just please focus, do something on Heyday, do something on Boom Beach. And that, agree, fix other stuff. Watch out, I love the Valley, watch out now. I might, but if I came back now as well, I may like, I was going to do a stream in June. I was going to do a stream in June of Heyday. Oh my goodness. Like, I was going to in that, and now it's like, now it's July, just about August. That's crazy. Yeah. Maybe Supercell is trying to gauge interest in that. I mean, they could do it from stuff like that, but ultimately stats will do all the talking. Like, they don't really need to pop into Ricky's stream to see. I mean, it's nice that they did. It's nice that they did. Good on them for doing that. But I don't think that would be a very good... Well, that wouldn't... I mean, sure, yeah, it's helpful feedback for, like, well, what are people actually complaining about on the ground, you know? Which, I mean, they can easily just see through comments and that. You know, I mean, but yeah, I'd really hoped that they'd rely on creators like myself and Ricky and Gizmo and all that to Nighthawk to tell them what the community wanted and actually then somewhat implement it. But then they didn't really need to tell us, they could have figured it out anyway, but... Yeah. Hey, Feral Phoenix, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, good to see ya. Mate, I remember, like, watching you back in, like, it would probably be 2016. It will have been 2016. That's crazy. Like, I remember your purple logo. Your purple logo. Phoenix. Galadon lost Phoenix. But yeah, so, you know, the stats will ultimately say what they want to say. I don't know what the stats will be saying for this game and that. Like, there'll be a lot of people playing it. Will it be enough income? Will it be enough people lasting? Because the thing is, maybe per player, the thing is it's showing that they do get a lot of income. So, like, okay, that's good, but people keep dropping off. So how do we make people stay at the game longer? But yeah. Oh, so much to think about, man. There's berries out there as well. I'm sort of ready to upgrade this. Let's do it. Let's do it. Wait. Yeah, no. Level first or the other thing first? I think. See, this is the point where a proper streamer says, "Okay, viewers, you choose." This is where I do a poll in the thing. I mean, it really doesn't matter. I'm gonna do both of them. I'm gonna do the Grand Monument level thing, this thing over here, and then I'm gonna or first I'm gonna do the level thing. The level thing is what I'm really pumped about. The Grand Monument thing, well, I'm always just slowly leveling stuff up there, but the level thing, it's very rare for you to level up. Doesn't happen much. Doesn't happen much. It only happens like 16 times the whole game, and like you sort of within the first month you're up to like level 6 or something. So then you've only got 10 to go for the next year. So it's like a less than a monthly thing. And now it will be like super rare. Need a new logo. Oh wait, is it still that? I didn't see because it doesn't show me on. Hey, it is still that. Okay, I hadn't seen it. I hadn't seen it. That's funny. I'm glad I remembered. There. Oh man, I'm a bit tired. And then it shows this actually. They've changed the layout of that. I don't really like this new layout as much. But yeah, I can't do anything about that. Okay. Like your purple logo. Yeah, I think it's nice as well. Okay. I'm so pumped to live well and get my honey, man. Honestly, that it's been such a drag not having the honey. I used to it all the time, where I'd be like, okay, I'm not gonna collect stuff till the next video, and it was just such a pain. The inefficiency I've had for having these trees would be immense. Well, they're not game destroying. Like it wouldn't double my efficiency if I got rid of them. It'd increase it, but not massively. I mean, all the activities in the valley in this part it has no effect on. And things like that tree thing doesn't have an effect on. That guy doesn't have an effect on. That thing, moving the resources and those things and having these things here would have an effect, but not massively. For it, he says he's a bit tired. Yeah. I got off about 12:15. 17:13 p.m. Oh, nice. About dinner time, depending on where you are. Okay, I'm gonna do this thing first. Boom. There it is, Bubba boy. All these events. I don't even accept them, man. They just sort of sit there, and I just don't even do them. There we go. Alright, this one here. Boom! We got the Builders Guild. Hey, level 2. Okay, I haven't got many of them. I need to get these ones going. Okay, anyway, this guy. Oh, there we go. So we're 6. Partly on the way. It's going to take ages to get to 7, but it's cool when you hit that threshold thing. Even though I'm on like 14. No, 114, so they'd be like 11, wouldn't they? Boom. Yeah, 11. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Boom! We got it. There we go. So, we're going that one. 440. Oh, I can't quite get them both. That's a bit of a shame. Because then I won't know which one. Well, I can decide which one. I think we'll do that one first. Oh, but then we can actually, like, do it immediately. I think we do that one, because, yeah. That one we can almost do. So, we'll upgrade this one right now. Oh, look at all those tasks. Let's get rid of some coins. Oh, it's so low again. Oh, I should have been getting rid of these. Oops. Knock out that one. Knock out that one. Knock out that one. Boom. Boom. There we go. See, 9 already. If you had a whole team of 10, you clear these things in a day. It would be so fast. But it's pretty slow with me. But it's, yeah. We'll get there. So then we can still do those 2. And then we've got 3 more to do there. And then after we've got that, we'll have some there to do. It knocks off the old ones. Okay, so that's that. Okay, level. And I'm going to do the honey one to do it. I'm the founder. Yay, let's go. Would have been different staying in Eroda. That would have been different. It's been quite a nice being at my own one and that. But also kind of, it would be more fun if there was like a couple of people here for sure. What's your Commonwealth friends? Oh, I've heard of them. Like New Zealand, Australia, and England or something like that. I always get, I don't know the difference between UK and England and whatever that, you know, Great Britain. I don't know how that works. It's weird, the different gaps of knowledge in that, because some people be like, that's so basic. They had a question on this program called The Chase. The Chase. I think it was called The Chase. Last night. And it was like, a piñata is distinct for what? And it had like, it's made of cream, it's filled with lollies, or it's on the ceiling or something. I don't know, because then that kind of confused into that, but it was, yeah. But it's like, I was like, what? Like, there's people, full-grown adults that don't know what a piñata is? And the guy didn't. He was like, he said between 2 of them, he's like, it could be this one, or it could be that, you know, this other one, and that. He guessed it right, but it's like, out of 3 options, it's like, people don't know what a piñata is? Like, that's crazy. But then the people would say the same, like, you don't know the difference between England and the UK, and that's crazy. But it's just different, like, the odd... Yeah, which do you think's more crazy? Well, then it would depend on the audience. Like, people in England would say, well, clearly not knowing England and that. Whereas people in Mexico would say not only pinata. I don't know. Well, I don't know. It's some. Is it Spanish? It has the little squiggly line thing over the like the yata bit or whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, there'd be a heap of people do like pinata. Like, who doesn't know? Like, how could you not know what a pinata is? I don't know. Anyway, isn't Canada in the Commonwealth? I think so. Yeah, I think so too. I thought it looked very wrong without the E. Tracy. Little girl will be 4 tomorrow. Nice line. That's great. That's like, so you're doing Haiti before she was born. That's, I don't know, it's weird, but then it shouldn't be weird, because like, if anyone that plays Haiti as a kid, well then it's after, they played Haiti before they had a kid. Yeah. Yeah, Heydays been out for 10 years. I didn't do it. I was gonna do one. I was gonna come back to do Heyday one, but I didn't, unfortunately. I don't know. It wasn't like, there was a little peak in interest, but I don't think it was like the insane hype in that. And there's no Finland trip 2 in that. Yeah. Who knows if they will have one? Because like, I thought there was gonna be one for number 2. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be big. This is gonna be huge in that. I didn't think I'd get invited, which I would love to be, but I didn't expect it. Yeah, but yeah, they didn't have any, like, they didn't even do a virtual thing or something. Oh man, I'm not a fan of those virtual things. I'm really not a fan. I mean, when it's virtual, it's just so easy. It's just so easy. Like, because all the SuperSight employees probably, like, work from home. I don't know, maybe not with, I don't know what the restrictions are in Finland now, but probably not anymore. But, like, you know, for a big time, they're just working from home. So to do, like a conference with all these YouTubers is sort of just like, oh, it's a little bit more fun than our day-to-day work. So it's not really at all a hassle versus, you know, spending 10 grand or whatever it took to get us over there and all that awesome merch, including the camera that I still use to this day. Man, that was 3 years old now. But I don't know. There's certain techs that, like, computers that wear out and that you need bigger and better ones. Man, the monitor's actually kind of big if I think about it. With other things like a 4K little Logitech thing, like, I'm not going to need to replace that anytime soon. Like, I don't think there's going to be an 8K one that's cheap or anything. So I think I'll probably stick with that for ages. What was I saying? Yeah, but they didn't even do it, like, anything. I was really surprised. Well, I don't know, they probably did something. But, yeah, I didn't really hear of anything. I don't have many people message me on Discord anymore. Like, when up until the ban, I still had people message me. Yeah. I mean, even after the ban, I still get people, but it's hardly any now. Like, on most given days, I don't get any new people message me. I mean, I know there's some people I know, but other than excluding them, on most given days, most given weeks, just about. Oh no, I think on average I'd have at least 1 per week of a new person messaging me, including sometimes just scams, but or an old person from ages ago. But yeah, it used to be like every day. Like, I remember in July 2019, it got so many. I spent like over an hour going through masses of them, and there was a cool time where I used to do those Heyday the Battleland streams, and I'd play with viewers, and we'd go through heaps and heaps and heaps of viewers and that, and I just had so many people on. I still got 1,000 friends. I have like 1,002 on Discord. I'm waiting for it to drop under 1,000, because then I can just friend over people, because people are clearly deleting their Discord account or something, or unfriending me. But I've got 1,000 friends, which is a lot. Well, yeah, but it's sort of meaningless. Like, well, not meaningless, because it means something, but yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, the Finland trip. That didn't happen. Of all years, that was the year they could have done it. I mean, there's been the lockdowns for a couple of years and that, which meant... I mean, I don't think even in 2020, I don't think there would have been a second trip and that. So soon after. Maybe, I don't know. With Clash Clans, they do it all the time. Like Galadon, he hosts tournaments and all that. But yeah, then there was none in 2021 and none in 2022. So it'd be weird if they do it in 2023, because it'd be 4 years on. And Kamikaze and Trey's gone from Heyday. I'm gone from Heyday. And honestly, I think that, like, of those 5, give it like 23, like a year from now, will all those 5 still be doing it? I don't know. Like, yeah, like, it could be health reasons. They could get sick of it. They could get banned off YouTube. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. But it's sort of sad and a bit symbolic, reflective of just like sort of how the Heyday community has always been. Like, there's YouTubers before Ricky and that, they've all quit. It's sort of just, you know, it's just it's never been quite sustainable. And then just, you know, now I'm not like necessarily 100% permanently gone. Highly likely, it'd be very unlikely that I come back to it, other than for like a couple of streams. Not impossible. It's not like as of right now, I still exist. Like, I still do online game stuff and that. Like, it's definitely not unheard of, you know, if I would, but I'm not, yeah, unless there was big incentive for me to go back to it, it's not likely I will. Not because I didn't enjoy it. I did enjoy it, but yeah. At the moment, I'm not doing much online content, just period, end of story, let alone, I mean, I don't know, I've just, ever since it got banned, I've never been the same. Well, with Everdale I did, like, I managed to get back into it, same with the Clash Mini, it was like, okay, we're streaming every day, it was just happening, you know, but, yeah, it's weird. I'm still hyped and looking forward to the location-based games by Shipyard Games. Really pumped, really hyped, really looking forward to that. I'll get into that, and that's sort of so cool, because then it's real life, it's in real life in that. And then it's like healthier than just sitting in front of a computer screen. But yeah, for a YouTuber, because for viewers, then that's not your job to be doing the computer screen all day, unless it's an office job anyway. With YouTubers, it normally is. But yeah, that motivation I once had is no longer there, sadly. But yeah, I've been looking up a GoPro in that, because I was thinking I could use a GoPro to stream it live when I do it. These location-based games, but it sounds flippin' complicated. Like, first of all, you have to buy the GoPro, which is expensive and that, but then, like, you have to have, like, a data source in that, and you can buy unlimited data packages in New Zealand for, like, it's kind of dear. It's like $60 something a month, which is, for a data, I mean, I think the cheapest is, like, 45 or something, which is kind of, like, yeah, it's like, that's a flippin' lot of money per month. Like, you don't want to be paying that for a month. But for a month, like the first month that it came out, I could pay it. But it's capped at 1.2 megabits per second in that, which I think would be a little lower end for being able to stream it well. You have fast, like, up to, like, the first, like, 4 or something. If you buy the maximum plan, like $100, like, it might be like $95 a month, then it's like, you have like 10 gigabytes of data that's then fast, and then after that it's capped at 1.2. I don't know why they all capped at 1.2. Coincidence? I think not. I legit don't think it's coincidence. They might have some sort of unspoken agreement. I don't know, because there's this like antitrust, anti-competitive laws. I don't know, like fuel companies and that. Anyway, but so I was like, this doesn't say, because you could do it from a Wi-Fi spot, but then it wouldn't really work great for the location. It would depend on what it is. Like, if you're in front of a battle gym and just battling in that, like a Pokemon Go equivalent battle gym. Did I mention the other day, I think? No, I don't think I did. That was, yeah, I get confused with Nintendo. I'm going from point to point to point, and I'm like way back here. Nintendo and Nike or something are like two different companies in that. But because they're like, oh, Japan, like but I'm like, no, it's two different companies in that. One of them does Pokemon Go, and then there's Nintendo, which does like Pokemon, and then the Night did Pokemon Go, which was based off Nintendo stuff, so they must have an agreement, but I didn't realize. But it's crazy that it's the Night company has done, it's like Nick at Night, but then it's not the YouTuber, it's, yeah. But it's some weird spelling in that. But I thought it was Japanese, so I got it mixed up with Nintendo. Anyway, they've released both Ingress and Pokemon Go, which is pretty impressive. Okay, back to the GoPro thing. So anyway, I could do it from a fixed point, but then you can't really move around much. So you really need a data plan. And then it doesn't stream directly from the GoPro. It uses your phone or your iPad. So it'd have to be sort of a powerful device. I think iPad Air 3 from 2019 would be more powerful enough. Not sure. But, yeah. But then there's that, and then it runs out of power in like an hour, which is real fast. So you could do a stream I could do a stream that's under an hour, or I could then you get battery packs, and it comes really complicated mission, and probably expensive. Like, just the GoPro's the main cost in that, but then if you have to buy like a $50 data plan, and then you need to, because then you could do like 1 or 2 streams a month that just uses up the fast internet, but that's pretty price inefficient in that. But it would be kind of cool to do like 1 or 2 streams like that and walking around and be real awkward in that. But yeah, it'd be cool to have someone with me and we'd just both be playing the game, then it wouldn't be so bad. You know, but then it's complicated because then you have to have battery packs, like how do you carry all that? And then you have to like buy a helmet that then you can mount it to, and buy the mount, and it's like, it seems, it's a cool idea, I'd love to do it. Let's live stream the location-based game, but I think it'd be like so much hassle and really minimal benefit. Like, I wouldn't stream much doing that unless it became easy in that, but then you have to keep paying for the data plan unless 1.2 megabits is enough. If that's enough, then it probably would work. But if it's not enough, then it's like, then you're just stuck to, like, you have to stand and stream right by a Wi-Fi zone. At which point, you might as well just, like, hold a camera and just record it. Why even stream it? I mean, you could just record it normal anyway. But I don't know. Anyway, I'm hyped for those two games. I am hyped for those two games. I love location-based games. I hope I can do this someday. Yeah, they are fun. And they're good because then it's exercise. And so it's so much just better than just ordinary gaming. Ordinary gaming's great, but it's so much better because then it's healthy and you explore new places and that. And I'm getting a camera as well. I've got a camera, but I didn't realize I needed to buy a lens for it. Duh. I don't know, it's funny because it's sort of trying to perceive myself as, there'll be some things people be like, how can you be so stupid, and that, because I think like, I didn't know you need to get a lens. I never bought a camera, and then it's like, oh, by the way, you can't take photos unless you get a lens. Like, it's like a Trojan horse. Like, since when couldn't you take a photo when you bought a camera? But for those that know lots about it, so I have done it super upskilled in my knowledge of cameras and that, and aperture and all that kind of stuff. Definitely don't know most things to do with photography, but I have, like, some idea now as to different things you need to think about, and, you know, whether it's, like, weather sealed or has, how low it is to be able to take photos in low light conditions, and anyway, but yeah, to me, I'm like, I didn't know about the lens thing, but some people be like, that is so stupid, but it comes down to what you know. It really does. Like, I don't know, it's so easy to always think, well, that's stupid, and and it's like, well, some people wouldn't have had a pinata in their life, like, yeah, which just shouldn't say stupid, but just, like, shocking and surprising, but then that actually is a reflection on you of, then your analysis of the world isn't actually very accurate then, if you keep getting shocked at so many stuff. It's like, well, why so much shocking? Like, if you had an accurate view of the world, you wouldn't be getting shocked all the time. Yeah. I mean, shocked, like, you can still be, like, outraged at or shocked at some terrible thing that's happening in that, but not, like, keep shocked that it keeps happening. Like, it's like, well, if something keeps happening, then you probably account for it happening in the future. I mean, I guess probably politically, most people, like, are way less, like, than you see on Twitter. They're like, oh my goodness, look what this side did, and oh my goodness, look what that side did, and that. Versus, like, so many people just wouldn't really care. Like, yeah, I feel like well, not most, but a lot of people wouldn't really care either way. Like, they'd be like, eh. It's crazy how influenced people are. Like, I think seeing what ads show, and the fact that that works is, like, disturbing. Like, so what the heck? What? Like, how's this in society? Like, this is crazy. Just how, like, that influences you to buy it. Like, you just see this car drive around, and they, like, just say, like, well, they don't really even say much. They're just like, enjoy the ride, like, live to your full potential. And it's just like a car driving around. It's like, that's gonna make someone buy that car? Like, what the heck? Like, yep, nah, I'm just gonna go get that one. Just, like, $30,000, $40,000 purchase, just because, like, well, why that? Oh, I saw it on the TV. It looked real cool. It's like, dude, like, it's a car, like, $40,000. Like, do some research. Seriously, like, that's just insane. That just, like, seeing that car drive around a few times on TV, you're like, I'm sold. It's like, how do you how can you afford to spend $40,000 like that? Like, that's just crazy. Like, and the fact that you have $40,000 probably means that you're smart. Now I'm starting to sound like the guy from The Princess Bride, you know? But people from Australia, you know, I don't know, you know, but you would clearly not put the poison in front of me or something, or in front of you. I don't know. Anyway, but it's like, yeah, like, you think that if they had $40,000, you know, there's people that inherit it, but in general, they're probably smart on average, in terms of making money and spending. But there's like, but then how would an ad just saying, like, here's a car, you know, just work on them? Like, that's crazy. It's crazy. Like, and just how ads work in general. It's sort of just sad that that's the system that is, like, keeping these TV businesses alive. These ads. It's like, oh my goodness. Well, I see thousands of ads. Like, the amount of ads that I like, have ever then bought from is so minuscule. I mean, you could say, yeah, but they only need that one, and that makes it, it's like people, yeah, just, like, it's incredibly rare. And normally, if best, like that TV ad would just make me think about, do I need a car? Like, and that would be the question, do I need it? Not like, I'm getting that one, or when do I buy it, or it's like, do I even need a car, sort of thing. And then if I finally conclude yes, well, it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna look in the car market. Like, I don't care about that car. That just made me remind me that maybe I should get a car. But generally in life, it's not like I need a reminder. Like, if it's something that makes you aware of a product you didn't know existed, then it's like, I think that's got legitimacy in that. But if it's like, just there's nothing better about it really, and it's other than just the unique selling point they make it out to be, it's like, what the heck? It's crazy in that. It's just insane. And the people are so insanely impressionable. Like, I just like, it used to be like, oh man, how did like, how did it happen? How did Hitler come to power and all that? And now it's like, mate, I understand. Like, I totally understand. Like, people just, it's insane. It's just insane. Like, how easy it is to convince people of anything, of terrible ideas, to buy this product that there's nothing. It's just, buy this product. Okay, I'll buy that product. It's like, what? Like, no. Like, think about it. But people don't, man. So many people don't. Like, it's crazy. Like, and even the fact, because there's, like, low-value items advertised, which are worth not much. And people, I don't know. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. It just really is. It's just insane. I love my Price Buy app that I have. Always checking prices between stores and that. Always using filters to find the best product in that. It's like, not like, oh, I saw an ad, I'm getting that one. But yeah, it just beats me. It's insane. Okay, but so yeah, the whole GoPro thing, it would be cool, but I don't think, even if I could afford it, I don't think that's good. I don't know. I don't think that's the best way to spend my money. I don't know. It's just because the return would be like minor. Like, it'd be sick as to do a couple of streams, multiple streams of me playing the location-based game. But if the 1.2 speeds that New Zealand thing offers in that doesn't work for unlimited, and it's like $45, you could buy like a $95 one that then has more fast data in that, and only do 1 or 2 streams a month. But then it's like, what the heck? I don't want to be spending $100 just to do a couple of streams. So that idea probably won't come to fruition, as cool as that would be. Like the latest iPad on the GoPro that's probably going to be released in September this year. But it's like, probably not going to happen. And also, it'll probably be a beta release anyway, so there'll be hardly anyone that even playing the games. Now, I'll try and smash it out and grind that leaderboard. I mean, that's what that old game, Heroes. What was that other one? What was it called? Clash Hero? No, Royal Rivals. I got first in that one, and there was none of them like no YouTuber or no super ultra competitor in that, and it's crazy because then you realize, well, that's actually what most of the world is like. But it's weird because like when you're just when you're playing Rush wasn't that, you're comparing yourself to the other top players and the most extreme players, and you're chatting with the extreme players that come by the streams. But realistically, that's not how most people play the game. But that's the group you get caught up in. So anyway, that's that idea. Yeah, and back to the. Yeah, they didn't have a Finland 2022. They didn't have a Helsinki 7-2, which I'm surprised, man, because then it will be a minimum 4 years after they've done it. Potentially 5 years in that. I mean, maybe they'll never do another one again. It's crazy. I'm glad they did the one they did. I'm really glad. I'm glad I went on that and that. But yeah, it's sort of crazy. Just like, that was, Hades been like a much more official present than Battlelands. I mean, Battlelands was actually really short if you think about it. Like, it was globally released in mid-2018, and then was a year and a half, no, it was a year and a half later I stopped. And then 2.5 years later, half a year, 2 hours. Yeah, 2.5 years later it died. So less than 3 years. Less than 3 years. It's pretty short. Because Hades has been going a decade now, and they had that major Finland event in that, which was really cool. Yeah. But it's sort of, so who knows if they will have another one. And by the time they have it, potentially the majority of the original 7 won't be there. Because currently it's down to 5 out of 7. So you'd only need 2 more to go. And then if they did it in 2024, for example, you only need 2 more to go. And then that's the majority of the Helsinki 7's gone. Which is pretty sad, but that's how it rolls. Yeah, so... Yeah, they could have done a virtual one. They didn't even do that, which really surprises me. So will they do another one? Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. It's sort of like, the game doesn't get a heap of updates and doesn't really sort of massively add anything. I don't know. It's sort of like, I don't know what the mindset is like for games like that. Is like sort of we've done everything we want to with it, so we'll just leave it. It's like, nah, just, well, it's sort of like we'll keep expanding it, keep adding stuff in that, keep in depth in it. But, and also, it doesn't even matter. You don't even need to keep adding low-level features in that. Like, they've added so many features. Like, just, you could have something that's like a 50-plus feature, or even a 100-plus feature. I mean, you might as well make it 50-plus in that, but, versus 100-plus. But, yeah, I mean, you know, there's people that have been, by now, so many people that have been playing for years. Like, yeah, it's crazy. Like, even when I was playing in 2017, if you add 100, it's like, well, that's pretty impressive. There's a few people there, but now, like, even if I'd played, even with my crazy coin-focused strategy, I'd be over 100. For sure, I reckon. Well, for sure, I reckon. It's like, well, either you're sure or you're not. I think there's a decent chance. There we go. Okay. Reading back the chat. I'm tired, man. We haven't even leveled up yet. Using balloons and wheat paste. Oh, the chase. And then there's another lady that said it's part of something else, a documentary thing. She's like, unless you've lived it, she said, unless you've lived it, you can't comment on it. But in a really, like, in what I viewed as nasty, like, in a very, like, you can't have a view on this topic unless you've lived it. It's like, I totally disagree with that stance and that. Like, well, if you've lived it, you can't even comment. You can't even comment. I mean, at that point, you might as well not even be allowed to think about it, because, well, you can't comment on it and that. But it's, yeah, it's just, it's sort of so bold of, you're not allowed to have you can't comment on this. You're not allowed to, but it's like, yeah, if you add that to, yeah, like, oh, well, if you haven't got autism, you can't comment on autism and that. Or, if you're, yeah, it's just crazy, sort of that path of logic in that. And it doesn't even work. It's not even consistent in that, because, yeah. I mean, what is it? All it does is just block people from sharing their view. It's like, is that actually help or achieve anything in that? It won't stop them from having a view. It just block them from saying their view in that. But people with autism disagree on different things anyway. Yeah. It's just, yeah, I don't know. It just seems crazy that, yeah, you're not even allowed to comment on issues just because you haven't lived it. It's like, really? I had a big discussion on that with someone, and that, which what they described as the standpoint theory, but that wasn't the same as that, but it was along those lines. Yeah, but I don't agree with that approach. Well, unless you've lived it, you can't comment on it. I just think it's like, nah, that's, yeah, I just think that's crazy. Like, because if you then use that in other contexts in that, like, if you're white, unless you've lived it, unless you're white, you can't comment on it or something. Or unless you're black, you can't comment on it and that. And it's just like, no, let's just not go down that line. It's not healthy. It doesn't achieve. It just blocks people from joining the conversation, and that's just not good. And that, like, of course there'll be bad people at every conversation, but it's just going down that line of blocking people. Then there's be heaps of people that won't say anything. Like, it's just saying, like, there's a whole heap of decent people that then won't say anything in that, and then it just creates this. I don't think it's very good. I think comment on autism, talk about autism now. Yeah, I recommend that. Yeah, before making wild allegations about autism, that you, like, look into it, know some stuff about it, but it's not a requirement in that, and you don't have to know about it to make valid, decent, good observations. Yeah, comment away about autism. And then, then there'll be people that say, like, oh, well, no, only #actually autistic, only us autistic people can have an opinion about autistic stuff or something, and I'm just like, nope. Nope, I have autism, and I disagree with that opinion. I want other people to feel free to say what they think. Yeah. Anyway, okay, there we go. Trying to make it big on Twitch, so I can be invited one day. Good luck. Be cool, Tracy. I can't watch Twitch where I live. Moving soon, be able to watch it. I can chat and mod on it. Location base, yes. The cost is what keep me. Yeah, because you have to keep buying the data plan. In New Zealand, they have some reasonably cheap. It sort of depends on how much you need. I reckon, like, it depends on the game and how much you play it and that. I'm hoping that, like, 1.25 gigabytes will be enough. And then that's only, like... Well, I currently have 1.25 gigabytes for $16. So that's pretty good. 16 New Zealand dollars. This would be more like 12 US dollars for 1.25 gigabytes of data. And they chuck on, like, a free gigabyte in the weekends. So it's sort of, then you can divide 1.25 by the 5 weekdays. And then, yeah, it's like 250, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay, GoPro can just be a handheld. Yeah, true. I wouldn't want to do that, though. Oh, headband. Yeah, oh, true, yeah, that would work. Handheld would be such a pain, because then you're trying to carry the iPad, and then, like, have this, and then you actually want to use this hand to actually tap the iPad. Okay. It won't be the Helsinki 7 again. Such turnover with some gone and some... Yeah. It's sad. Unless a new 7. That would be weird. That would make sense if there's still, like, Ricky's still covering it and they just don't invite Ricky. Like, I'd be like, yeah, I'd think, nah. But take back Ricky. Like, Ricky has to be there for the next one. He's been to a couple of non-things. Like, he went to the Clash Clans thing way back in 2015. He's OG, man. It was really cool. Watching that play every day in the world, national feels it's like a game to see who can influence whom the most. Yeah, it is. It's a competition. Listen, you said it. People keep wanting newness. Yeah. To their own detriment. I'm almost 200 level without really trying. That's impressive. That's, yeah. What are you talking about? Welcome to the stream, Naruto run. Bam. Like that, Elixir. I watched the old Area 51 video back. I was like, oh man, of them, PewDiePie's one on it. Okay. Let's proceed on here. But yeah, Helsinki 7, eh? Who knows if they'll have a second one. It'd be insane if they didn't. Well, who knows how long Heyday will last. Like, SuperSight hasn't killed a game yet. But they sort of... I don't know if they know what to do with ones like Boom Beach, where it's not doing as well. It's still, like, a popular game, but it's like, they're not probably making as much revenue as they'd like. And what do you do if it keeps dropping? I was like, well, what are they supposed to do about that? I don't know. I don't know what they do. I think you keep it going and keep updating it, but that's the thing, well, we have all these experienced staff, we want them to be developing a new game. But how's their new game developing gone? Not very well. I mean, they've made lots of new games, but not since 2018 was Brawl Stars. That's insane. Now we're 22. We have 4 years and no new game has been released, globally released in that. At 4 years since Supercell released their last one. And soon it will be 2023, and that will make it 5 years. Well, no, because, you know, it was December 2018, so it was right at the end. But it's like 4 years, man. That's a long time for no successful games. And, you know, well, they've had a few. They've had Rush Wars, which came and died. They've had Heyday Pop, which came and died. They've had Everdale, which came and I think is going to die. They had Clash Quest, which I think is going to come and die. And it's like, mate, this is not looking good for them. Clash Heroes. I feel like I keep repeating the same talking points though, month after month after month. And then, like, if you're a viewer, you'd subconsciously start to think everyone's saying that Supercell is not doing very well, and it's like, it's just me saying the same stuff. Okay, Area 51 with Naruto. We'll associate the two now. Okay, let's get this. Let's upgrade to level flippin' 50. No, why is this back? To level 12. I'm so keen, man. So keen. Oh, there's the old ones. Back in the day. Long time ago. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's actually get to the... It's like, I don't know, I just hype it up so much, and I'm so ready for it, that it's like, just do it, okay? Just do it. Just make it happen. How long's it been? 120... 1, 2, 3 days. That's cool. Okay, let's get it. In 3, 2, 1. The big level 12. Let's go. Boom. Oh, okay. 3, 2, 1. Boom. There we have it, folks. Level 12. That's a high level. That's actually what I reached in the last game. Like, oh, on the other game. Valleys and Villages, I made it to level 12 right when the game was dying. That's crazy. Right after, so I missed the extra bonus because they gave it gems based on level. But that's crazy that I'd got to level 12 in that game. I spent a lot of money at the start on this game. But that was, and so now I'm sort of like back to where I started in that one. But I'm definitely further because I got a whole heap of these other things. I've paid for them to be upgraded, or I've actually upgraded them. So that's so sick. Hey, we get some more gems and 50 of that. Let's go. 24 again. Okay, and then we're going to go tap these. Oh, and finally we're going to get more storage. I love it. Boom, let's go. Boom, boom, let's go. Boom, let's go. There we go. Already 4 on the way towards level 13. And then we got these ones, which will be quick as. So let's do a quick calculation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that will push us up to 11. And then that will be 12. I'm not seeing the 24 though. And then we got 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. But we're going to be a bit short. Oh, hey, there we go. Finally, that's beautiful. Finally, the nectar's back in. And then we're going to be short of being able to upgrade to level, which is then going to force us to, because then we can't upgrade. We can't upgrade past here. Who knows what's past there? It'll be interesting to find out. But because then we'll be locked by having to upgrade one of these guys. So anyway, that then makes that helpful. We're upgrading this thing. Oh, we need more soup. Man, they kill that super fast. There we go, that straightens it out a bit. So, because we could just upgrade this straight away. I think I will, and I'll just come back to this. Have we got enough coins? Probably. Oh, hey, no. Wait, what is it? 12,000? Was it 15,000? It's right on the edge of what I can actually have. It's sort of annoying, like, I normally can easily get that, but now I'm sort of... I don't think I can just get that. So I'll have to, yeah, so I won't upgrade that now, but I will. Oh, there's another deal. Very good value deals, by the way, if you do buy them. Oh, 300. No, that's not 3. It's not 3,000. What? Gems. Yeah, it's definitely not 3,000. Yeah, so anyway, okay, so we'll just have this on, and then as soon as we get that, which shouldn't take too long to upgrade that. Oh, and this is 360! Yes! Okay, that's gonna easily, so overnight. Beautiful, that will easily last in that. And then these houses will be able to upgrade. Awesome. And then we'll upgrade the wood things again. We've just upgraded them, and then we're gonna be able to upgrade them even more. That's gonna be hugely, like... And then we'll be able to see all that, which then, by that point, we have a good idea of what's to come. Because we'll know where all the things on that are, and then there's not that many left. Because if we come over here, like here, I just sort of make them when I have to. But I'm getting a few too many of these and these. But I want to use them up as long afterwards as possible. And since we're upgrading this up, we should be able to... That'll be at least 3. Although I could hire friends for 2 days just to get better value out of it, which I might end up doing. So, see, I can't see certain things, which when I get to that next thing, it should unlock a few of these. It's weird, because I can see the ingredients for this one, but for this one, it's hidden. So it's not researched. Whereas this one, I haven't researched that one either. And I've bought these things in deals or got them before, but it's weird how it gives you the level tier 3 ones, even though you can't make them. But for some reason, I forget why it would, I forgot why I thought it would be. I can see that one. Maybe it's because earlier in the update, I had like somehow, I don't know, it's just weird how I can, for that triple one, where even is it? Maybe it's way back. No? See, there's a 3-1 there, clay diggers. There's a 3-3. Oh, what? I have researched it. Okay, that's weird. Oh, that's a real early one, although it's actually not. Okay, no, that makes sense then. That's odd. Because there's all sorts of requirements. Like, if you want to research a guy, then, I don't know. You upgrade a guy, you have to have the guild thing high enough. You have to have enough experience. You have to have enough reputation, enough coins. It's a whole heap of criteria you need to meet to make it work. Yeah, so it's weird that I can see it. But it's annoying that you have to upgrade it. That's a real pain. because that'd be way better value as soon as we can upgrade it. But that's the only one I can make anyway. But as soon as I can research through that stuff, that will be really helpful to then upgrade them. All that stuff. Oh, yeah, that means we can get those end ones. Okay, and then it shouldn't come up with that every day. Well, does it come up with every day? So that will be all of them then. There's nothing left that I can't unlock now. 12 was the highest one. Cool. Oh, we have 1,000 of those deco things in that. Not sure how many, because in multiples of 3. So 3 times 6, but we'll definitely be past that. Might be up to 12. Would that make it end in an 8? No, that wouldn't. Not sure. But, yeah. Something that ends in 8. That's divisible by 3. That's above 18. Not sure where. Oh, because 9 plus 9. No, that wouldn't work either. 13. One of my 2 favorite numbers. Already a 6th away. Yeah, so that's the idea. Ivan, welcome to the stream. Congrats. Thank you. Team Chef, welcome. Wow, look at everyone coming by. Yeah, so it's cool. Because and hence it like makes it like, since I've like, I could have upgraded to level 11 like 2 weeks ago. So now it makes it like now the gap between, it's like in Age of Empires when you like upgrade to feudal, then castle, then imperial. You can sort of have everything ready, so then you can just go boom, 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 and that, which is sort of what I do. And so like that's sort of like a slingshot. So it's sort of like, whoa, I should have done it ages ago, but now we got it. We're like, boom, that one's done, and then boom, this one's because like we got that, and then we got all these ones waiting. So and these ones won't take long at all. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Maybe 6 or something, and that because that is cheap to do, and it only takes 1 day to do. So then we'll be like we'll be almost halfway once we got through all them. So it's like, wow, it took us 3 months to get to level 11, and within 2 weeks or within a week we're already halfway to level 12. Because all those ones are super easy to get those housing ones. It's crazy, it's like level 8, and the highest thing we possibly get is level 5, so it's well. And all the reputation points now extremely exceeding what I need. I could swap the boats, but I've kept it like that since the start anyway. Just has both of them there. But yeah, it'll be nice getting the 2 upgrades to that. That's huge. That will be like massive, because it's already pretty big. And then it'll make it to like 180, which is really nice having like higher amounts of soup, because it just means that you can play around a bit more and it can just like drop off, but it gives you longer time. So now that we got these capped at like, the lowest one now is rocket at 240, but that still lasts 8 hours, so that easily lasts us bedtime. And now the food thing will make it even easier because we have even higher amounts. So it's quite nice. Well, what's an analogy for like it has to be between 2 bands and that, but then now it's like made it way easier because the top band's much higher. So it's like, okay, that's, I guess if you're like driving, but you sort of have to pay a level of attention anyway. But like if you're on a super narrow road, you have to pay like extreme caution to like and it's a bit like full on. But if you're on like a normal road, it's like, oh yeah, you know, you pay attention, but it's just a little straightening here and there. Whereas if you're on a road that's absolutely like twice as big as a normal road, you'd be like, it'd almost be off-putting, because you'd just be like, well, no, but you'd be like, oh yeah, so you just go for it, and then very occasionally you just straighten it, and then you just, you know, because it's just so big. It's not like even if there were cars parked on the side, it's still so big that you don't need to like swerve around them a little bit. It's just like, nah, we're just good. Sort of like that. Whereas when the limit was real low, it's like, oh no, we don't pay attention, it's crashed. And it still happens when I come back and they've run out of food, because I was like, oh, well, I'll put a guy, because it's annoying having 2 of them on and they just sit there at it capped, because that's inefficient. But then if you take one off, then it sort of starts dying out, but then you have to remember to like fix it. Otherwise then they hit rock bottom, and it's like, no, you weren't supposed to do that. Okay, there we go, keep them. Oh, then 11 minutes till that's full. And that, so we'll keep them going. Oh, well, that's nice to have all that progress done in that. I can upgrade those for all the houses, all 6 houses, and then it doesn't matter whether I tap them, open the present, because I can't use that level 8 anyway. Treasury, though, will be nice to get that extra coins. And this here, as soon as I get that many, boom, we'll be upgrading that, and we'll have friends. The fixer just powering through that upgrade, which will be awesome. So we'll make it to here. That versus that. I think I'll go for that one first. Because then, if you go for this one first, then when you get to that one, and there's a short amount of time, then you can't swap it, like, overnight. If you're about to go to bed in this small amount of time, but I often use those things up. It's crazy, because, like, 19 is so, 1,000, so many, but it's like, that's like 2 things. Like, you're like, boom, boom, and then it's them all used up, out of all of these. Anyway, we're progressing in that. It's a fun game. Really enjoy the game, but ultimately, I think it's going to die, and I'd rather they just kill it, so I can just move on. And it can just be like, okay, that was fun, but then, because I currently spend, I'd say, about 4 hours a week playing it and that, which isn't heaps and heaps of time in that, but it's like, if they're just going to kill it, I'd rather be spending that 4 hours elsewhere. But if it's going to go global, then it's like, I enjoy this game, it's cool to be progressing up. Well, it's pretty slow progress, I'll give it that. We're only at level 12 after all this time, but it's been almost a year. Wow. That's crazy, because it came out in August 2021. That's insane. Pardon me, 2 years after Rush Wars. It's insane, it's July. Like, 4 years ago, I'd only sort of just started playing Battlelands earlier this month. And then 3 years ago, it was within a month that I'd be doing Rush Wars. That's crazy. So then 4 years ago, you'd started Battlelands, and then a year later, then came Rush Wars. Sadly, to Battlelands' detriment. Because, yeah. To the people that watch my Battlelands videos, because then I did more of that. But yeah, we're reaching about that 2 hour mark and that. It's been fun as. I'm glad I did that. I don't know, it's like, I always enjoy streams when I do them, but I so don't often do them. It's a long time to be in beta. Yeah, and that was just a year ago, but then like they originally released that prior to that, way back in 2020. So that's like 2 years ago. Yeah, in late 2020. So it's like 2 years in beta. Like that's crazy. Like at what point is this beta? Like if it goes on for another year, if it's 3 years in beta, it's like that's not even beta anymore. That's just released. The Electric Maze, I can't get it because they've location locked it, which is a real shame. That is a real cool game. But that when my iPad Air 3 stopped, which is this one here, in August 2021, all the apps were wiped. And then someone fixed it a few months later for me, kindly. But then I lost the Electric Maze. And I can't get it on my phone. It's a shame. Maybe they don't have it on phone. Maybe that's the issue. Yeah, and also if any of you in New Zealand, well, you don't have to be in New Zealand to accept the offer. I did a post on YouTube. Oh, it's almost time up actually, because they had like, you have to like the end of July to answer. You still can if you want. Yeah, if you want to come on a walk with me on the Port Hills in New Zealand, in Christchurch. And I'll happily incline. Well, we'll both incline up the hill. Yeah, so, yeah, you're welcome to, but I don't really expect anyone, because there's hardly any regular viewers anymore. I mean, I don't release much content anymore. And, I mean, you don't have to be a regular viewer, and, you know, you just have to have seen it. Otherwise, well, if you don't see it, well, then it's non-issue in that. But, yeah, you're welcome to. Yeah, and then I'll take you on the walk, and it should be fun. And, yeah, taken multiple people on the walk since... I think I started doing that in 2016. Was when I started taking people in that, and that was fun. Just like it's like a 5 hour... Well, it can be a 5 hour loop. Either gondola to Sumner, or gondola up to the anti-aircraft towers, and then down into Littleton. That works as well. Nikado Avocado's fan, welcome to the stream. I am aware of who Nikado Avocado is. Chance for meet up with SuperSight. How cool it'd be. It'd be cool to meet you, Lynn. It'd be cool to meet you. But yeah, it's weird. I guess it's like a meetup thing and that. It's weird. It's like not really. I don't know. It's just sort of just thought because I like a few months ago in a stream I mentioned like you know if Taylor Swift came to New Zealand and that I'd take her on a walk in the Port Hills. I mean I wanted to do that way back in 2017. Like I was like, and then it's like 5 years later, it's like, it hasn't changed in that. Absolutely. And I was like, oh yeah, I'd take celebrities. It was like, why? Well, why just celebrities? Why? Why not just open it? Why not open it to, and then I was thinking about it, I was like, well, I haven't got a good reason why not? So it's like, well, in that case, I'll open it. So I'm like, yo, if you'd like to come along, you're welcome to. So yeah, the offer's on the table. I'll just get up the post just so you can see it. It's sort of weird. Like I'm just like an old school YouTuber. I don't know, like not an old dead YouTuber, but as in like Like, I just, like, you know, I was, like, like, just when I was just typing in the URL for this, I'm like, man, like, this was 2018, this was, I was old, you know, I was, like, rising star on YouTube and that, well, not really, well, relative to those who are currently in the same games, but not in the grand scheme of things, is still absolutely tiny, and still am absolutely tiny, but not even at the 100k. I would love to hit the 100k just so I could get the bronze award thing, but yeah. I don't know. It sounds like I care like so much about it now. I mean, I don't really need the bronze thing, but it would be nice. It would be pretty cool. It made like kind of official in that. It's weird that I have the 2 million viewed video. That was cool. Anyway, this is the post here. So yeah, that's a picture of Coco I took. I actually kind of like that picture. Wow, that was actually quite a while ago. There we go. Buy the first. Buy the first. I'll include the first, just for those of you who are ambiguous about it. Yeah, not that that's gonna make any difference, but yeah, the offer's on the table if you would like. Okay, yeah, done that. Great game we have here. Good old Everdale. I forgot where I was talking about. Man, I'm losing it. Yeah, and then I'm gonna get like, hopefully like 6.5 hours sleep. I'm just gonna go straight to bed. Actually, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking at my bed right now. I'm gonna listen to the song called "New Soul." It's my favorite song at the moment. It's from the TikTok in 2018. I found it, and I really like that song. So yeah, I heard the little soundbite, and then I found the song because it gets copyright claimed, and it's like, oh, this is a real cool song. I like this. It looks like Mars or something. It's yeah. It does. It looks like, yeah, like Mars dust or something. But yeah, this has been fun. Glad I streamed it. And yeah. Yeah, it's been I'm keeping busy in the time that I don't stream. Today was full on. Yeah. I'm not doing nothing. I'm doing stuff. And I don't know, it's just like everything's interesting. That's the problem. I would happily stream. I would happily do what I do. That's the thing. Just everything's interesting. Yeah. So it's almost like, it's like the people that, like there's this Roy Morgan research poll, like, survey thing. And you can answer, and then it's like, one of the answers is, I watch what's on TV because there's nothing better to do, because someone else is watching it or something. And it's almost like, just like, it's sort of like defaults, like people that don't mind about default. I don't know, but then I don't mind about defaults. But it's weird, just the power of the default. That just like, is just, okay, well, most people just use that because that's the default. Because most people don't really care or mind. And so it's like, oh, well, this people watching this TV program, well, I'll watch this. It's sort of like that, like everything's interesting. So it's sort of like, oh, I'm streaming. Oh, that's fun. Let's do that tomorrow. Sort of thing, you know? It's like that sort of like, it's that much. And so, you watching would be like, just stream, just do it tomorrow and that. And then just get into the mindset. And then you'll just happily do that over something else. Because like, oh yeah, I like streaming. Okay, we'll do streaming. I don't know. I guess it's the effort barrier of setting it up. It's like, okay, it's a psychological thing. I need to set it up and that. Versus if I could just at any moment, just like, okay, what's up, guys? We're doing this. I don't know. I'd do that a lot more because it'd just be like, boom. But you want to title it properly. You want to add a thumbnail. But then it's like, oh, you have to do that in order to start the stream. Well, I won't do it. And so it's like, dude, I just need to be better. Just be better. Do better. I just need to okay, no, it doesn't matter. It's not hard to start. I don't know. It does take like 20 minutes. So like, time you've done the thumbnail and titled it, updated the title and all the other ones, set up open the Rumble tab, go live, find the loop video, put the title in, copy the description across, and then ready to go now, right now, submit, copy the details into Restream, then sometimes I have to reconnect the Trovo one on OBS, and anyway, and then we go live. There's an annoying thing with Restream now when you update the description, and then it says it's too long, even though it's the exact same YouTube description. So that's a pain. Anyway. Oh, I'm really ready for bed. It's been good. It's been fun. I've enjoyed covering this. I'm glad I covered this. It's such a good game. I really just want them to kill it, if they're gonna kill it. Like, just do it. Just do it. Just finish it. I don't want to play this for 2 more months. And they're like, oh, we're killing it. It's like, oh, come on, man. Like, if they say they're going to kill it, I don't know, I still enjoy it, so I'd like almost play it till the day it died anyway. I don't know, but I want them to do it. Food is my favorite reward. It's, hey, we reached 100 messages. I got a little, I've got half it left. A little coconut, like a tiny one. It was called like, it's like a mango, but like a small one, like a mango falua or whatever. And anyway, it was like a little coconut. It was weird. It's the same price as a normal one, but it's way smaller. Same with the mango, actually. So it's like, that's not good value, but it still, it looks cool, kind of cute. I now realized afterwards that, it was in an Indian store, I got it today, that they cut off the shell, but it still was smaller than normal, but it's, yeah, cool that they've done that, versus when they come in that big hard shell, and that's just really annoying. Oh, what do we put them on? Oh, well, we need resources anyway, for those other things. I'll just keep them. Oh, that's gonna run out very soon. So I'll get one that has, oh, and it's low, so it's definitely a good time to put you on that. There we go. Inefficient, but yeah, and that will keep it 8 hours. Cool. So that's, actually, I'll just set this up for bed while we're at it. Okay, so we just have to move him somewhere. Oh yeah, no, definitely put him on something. Is that 6 hours? If we move him there, it doesn't matter if it's not, because there were some things in the other spot. 6 hours 50. Oh yeah, that actually works out pretty well. Can do that. Oh, that's going to use up a lot of them. Do that. Boom. Yeah, anyway, that will keep it over that. So then those one. And yeah. Perfect! Oh, that's beautiful. That's no inefficiency at all night. Love that. Okay, there we go. That, because I sort of thought, oh, I should put some on the valley, because then they won't need to have as much food. But ultimately, all the total amount of work will still need to be done, so that doesn't actually make a difference. Okay, and then that, but we need to get a bit more gold, so yeah. Okay, that's going to wrap it up. It's been good. It's been good. Always lots to talk about, and yeah, normally pretty good. Good logic. The cocoa looks like Mars. 40 think it already had a treat in stream. Boom, boom. Thank you for being part of the stream, Lynn, and Ivan, and Team Chef, Naruto, Tracy, Lambrina, and thank you, Lynn, for coming on Trovo, YouTube, and Twitch. Thank you, Lighthouse, for stopping by as well. And come over here. Oh, there we go. There's that. Current viewer. So we had, about 2 for most of it. Peak of 5. There's that. Views. And 44 views. 3 likes. Thank you for that. And thank you, Lynn, for being on Trovo, a subscriber, for 2 years. Not just subscriber, but like a paid membership subscriber. Thank you for that. That's awesome. Oh, they've changed how it looks on Trovo. That looks real different now. Here it is, here. Boom. So thank you very much, Lynn, for that, and for being the longest subbed one, membership one on YouTube as well. Subscriptions. So thank you for the 2 years of that. Appreciated. And we'll go to the Sammy, not Zuba. No, I never got a win. Never got a win. And I played that so many times. I remember, because that actually was kind of cool. It came out, overlapped with Battlelands. That's so crazy how that one's so popular. So popular. Like, it was like the most popular it had ever been when I checked it. And meanwhile, Battlelands died. And they were like so similar games. Like, that's crazy. Like, Zuba was effectively a copy of Battlelands. I mean, it was very unique in that with all the animals and that kind of stuff. And it was different enough to not just be a copy. But the whole concept was exactly the same. And it came out after Battlelands. Battlelands should have had all the But somehow Battlelands died and that one didn't. So, oh man, I'm so tired now. Oh, it's been pretty consistent. Oh, we lost 2 then. 1 back. So thank you to Dylan Plays, second account. Thank you, Creative. I saw this funny ass video of someone reading about a turdy about Mario Kart. It was funny as them laughing as they read the grade that they'd been given to stomp a turdy or something. Okay, anyway, thank you to Dylan Plays, second account. Thank you to Creative with the 3 instead of, I'm not sure, oh, it's, yeah, okay. Thank you to Shardlight. And thank you to iThings. Thank you to Lynn, and Lynn. 30 months. That's so flippin' long. Especially if you account for the fact I was banned for 9 months. Because if it wasn't for that, you'd probably be at 39 months, which is insanely long, man. This is like so long. It's like going way back. Man, have I been unbanned for 15 months? That's insane. Imagine all the comments I'd have. I don't get that many comments though. That's the thing. That's why I could get through like a few months worth of comments in one stream. Thank you to FazeCast and to Josh Winder. I'm cold. Oh, I felt that shiver. Okay, gonna capture the snapshot and then I'm gonna call it a day. D-A-Y. It's been good, man. It's been good. I honestly... No, not always. But definitely majority of the time, I'm like, that was a good stream. But there's absolutely been streams where I'm like, oh, I don't like this. Oh, no, not often, though. But, yeah. It happens. And I always stream... oh, no, always, but... Often. I remember with Battlelands, I did 2 2-hour streams every night. That was healthy. That was so healthy. It wasn't excessive, and it wasn't nothing. It was like, oh, you knew what to expect. There'd be 2 hours every night. I can't remember if I did it at the same time or not. I assume I did. I was a busy guy, man. I was so flippin' busy. I was like, I don't know, man. That was crazy. Like, I was just pumping out so many videos in that, and I just never got back to that state. I don't know, because I see so much value now in other things that back then I didn't. And that was, I had an unhealthy mindset back then. But then it's sort of hard, because there's always other things. Like, there's always walking groups you could be part of. And there's always be someone that's like, hey, you want to catch up tonight? And it's like, oh, yeah, I will. And I say that every time now. Versus in 2019, I probably said it, like, never in the entire year. I probably said it, like, very, very rarely. And that was now I say it, like, every time. So it's like... You know, like in terms of someone wants to catch up, like I went from never, well, and no one ever really invited me much in 2019. Not no one, like it was occasionally, but pretty rare. But now it's like I kind of get invited, not invited out a lot, but like, you know, there'll be a movie night every week on someone's house that I'll go to and that. And then I always go to the autism group, although that was post 2019. But well, 2019 I had like nothing, man. I went to church and church group afterwards. And that, like, as in a youth group, and that, and that youth group, and then young adults. But that was it. That was it for my social in 2019. Like, there's nothing else. And nothing else. And now just, like, it's just, well, it's not flooded, but, you know, I do a lot, like, I have the autism group every week, and I still have church every week, have young adults every week. And I've stopped in the last month, but a tramping group I'd go to every week. And then there'll be like, now there's a movie night every week, and I don't know, it's good and healthy for me to be doing those things, but it's like, yeah, but then doing those, if I never did those things, I'd likely stream more, because, yeah, because, you know, I'll be like, oh, tonight's free, I'll stream, oh, well, no, an invite, I'll accept that. But yeah, I don't know. So it's very hard. I'm very bad at finding a balance in that. It's like I can't just say like, okay, let's do this now, and let's not do this time. Like, yeah. Okay, well, I should get 6 hours sleep, because I think I'll have some frozen berries before I go to bed. I could just go right to bed now, but I love my frozen berries, man. I really do. Yeah, and I got a nice warm bed. When I finally, the electric blanket's working again for like maybe 2 weeks now. When I didn't have an electric blanket working, I'd go for popcorn almost every time. Because the bed's so flipping cold as it was, that it was like 12 degrees, sometimes 11 degrees, like right next to the bed, according to the thermometer. But then as soon as the electric bed came back, my consumption of berries went up. But when it was, well, otherwise it was already cold, I'm not having flipping frozen berries. But now, lovely and warm, it compensates. So even though the berries are just as cold as always, the warmth is like, my body can handle it. Anyway, thank you guys for being part of the stream. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for SuperSight for the headset. And, oh, not the headset, the camera. The headset died. I've got it right here, but it was good. It was a good headset, but obviously not good enough. Like, the quality. I bumped something. I'm like, please don't cut the internet. Yeah, it was good. It was good quality but they didn't last very long. Like, not very long at all. Less than 3 years, maybe like 2 years, which is really low. Oh, I think I had them for Rush Wars. I'm not sure. And then the set before, I don't know where that one is anymore. I think I still have it. Yeah, okay. SuperSight with the headset and the awesome game. OBS for the free streaming software. Restream.io for the streaming to all the different platforms. Trovo, Twitter, Mobcrush, Rumble, Facebook, DLive, Nimo TV. Man, this is way slower than normal. YouTube and Nimo TV. What the heck? I said that twice. Nimo TV and a Freak TV. And Twitch for allowing me to stream on your platforms. You have to pay to stream on Rumble. And then you have to pay for Restream, which allows you to stream on Rumble. It's like, it's so flippin' extra. Like, all the other ones doesn't need that. It's just that one. It's like, but I really want to support Rumble because so many of the other ones are just big conglomerates, which... Because Nemo TV and Trovo are owned by Tencent, which is a massive conglomerate from China. And then you got Twitter, big one, censors people. You got YouTube, big one, censors people. You got Twitch, big one, unjustly bans people, probably censors people as well. Yeah. So it's not great. It's not great. These are the options we got. But I love DLive. I really do like DLive and Rumble. They're my favorite too. And I used to Trovo. I'm still can monetize on Trovo, but yeah, I don't have almost any audience on Trovo anymore, unfortunately. Anyway, I did sidetrack. Thank you to Restream.io. No, for 360 mirroring for the reflection of the screen and 24timesness.com for the time below. Thank you to Lynn for moderating. Thank you for all those who came by the stream. Yeah, I'm not slurring my words, but making mistakes. I'm mind like I might just go to sleep. Is very much a copy. It's pay to win 200% through. That's probably I couldn't win. To be fair, for real, it probably is. Because like in Battlelands, it was like you're all equal. You just start. You get to choose where. Well, I don't know if you ever. Yeah, no, you get to choose where you start, and it's all on you. Whereas if it's money involved, and then like, oh wow, they have double his hit points. It's like, okay, never got a single win in it. It's sort of sad. It's really sad if like games like pay to win games win. They survive financially, whereas the other ones don't. Because like that's just so lame. Because it's like you're already paying a price gaming. Like, on all the other life things you're missing out on, and the socializing you're missing out on, let alone you actually have to not just pay the time cost of gaming, but you then have to actually pay money on top of that to play the game, or to win the game. And it's like, dude, no. Like, no. It's like, gaming is a price, and I mean, I know that's a very cynical view of gaming in that, and there's absolutely benefits from gaming, and people can be creative in Minecraft creative mode for sure. And there's socializing, niceness, and awesomeness, meeting new people, like streams and stuff like that, and in Battlelands on Discord servers and that. Absolutely, but there's a price paid for gaming in that, and yeah, it's just like, come on, man, don't charge people for that. Don't charge people for that. They're already gambling. Don't ask them for their pocket change as well. You know, I don't know. It's not quite like that, but yeah. I'm reading back. Okay. But Sammy, so good to see you, man. Appearance of Zuba characters. Guessing I'm not just old anymore. I'm OG. Yeah, Sammy, your stream's that iconic stream, man. When you met me, that was crazy. That was fine. Your reaction was so good. I loved it. Super sight, so good. Lighthouse, good to see you again in the stream. Doesn't matter because I wasn't gonna be here for long. Well, thank you all for being part of it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly have, and I'd love to do a stream again soon. I've got so many streams I want to do. I want to do more Everdale ones, and I think I'll sort of give up on the Excel chart. I was almost at the start of the stream, like, I could open it. If I did like an 8-hour stream, I could, but then will I do another 8 hours? I don't know. You know, everything can be your last, and you never realize it. Like, the last long stream I did of Everdale would have been in the past. And things, if it gets announced it's going to die, I don't think I'm then just going to say, okay, we're doing a 12-hour stream anymore. Like, I think that would decrease the chance I do it. Like, sure, yeah, there's the last stream, but I don't think I'm going to make it 8 hours. I'll be like, it's dying. This is bad. It's sort of weird, like, oh no, humans, like, they have, like, cancer, that sort of, they're dying, you know they're going to die. But it's weird, like, it's not like, it's like, you know in advance. It's like, hey, like, the game, it's like, I'm dying. I'm going to be dead soon, but you can just discuss me while I'm still around. It's like, wait, what the heck? Like, you know, it's normally a post-funeral thing, not like a pre-funeral thing. Anyway, it's going to wrap it up. I'm super tired, ready for bed, but I'm probably still going to have berries. Thank you for being part of it. Please stream Clash Mini again. I am intending to do another stream on that. That is on my list, which is much better news than for those people that want me to stream Battle. I can't remember his name. Bullet League. Again, because that one is not on my list again. It's not to say I'll never do it again, but I don't want to do it until I've done this other list, which I've had this other list since March 2021. Yeah, March 2022, and I'm still, like, I've not even really done anything towards it. I just want to hit. No, I have done one. I did do the Bullet League one, but there's a few other ones I want to do. So yeah, I just got to do it, man. The Clash quest one wouldn't even take long. It'd only be like an hour because there's not much to do in that game. Okay, I'm ready for bed. Sleep well. Yeah, thank you. I will. Rush was just it was so sad, man. I'm glad that they didn't like string it out though, but I loved that game. That was so good. That was that was my game, man. I was going to the top with that game. I was going to the top. They released that game. I was like one of the only YouTubers, if not the only YouTuber. I don't think I was the only one. Shout out to Gambit. He, like, covered it. Like, not really as a top YouTuber, but he covered it. But that was my game, man. That one. I would have, like, they're releasing Global. I'm sitting there at top 200 and be like, this guy. I'm like, this guy. But no, it had to die. Anyway, hopefully there'll be Rush Wars 2. Yeah, Despacito 2, Minecraft 2, Discord 2. Hopefully one of these location-based games will be pretty sick, but hard to emulate Pokemon Go success, but you never know. Maybe Pokemon Go just scratched the surface. It's hard to say, yeah, I don't know. My speech is a little bit off today. That's okay. It's been, yeah, let's call it a good day. It's been a good day. You have a good day. You too, Lynn. Thank you. Good night, and God bless.